Ég sigrum haf úvíst. Fjari út. Gangandi til að morgun funni, en som ég hluti skuldu úvíst vera. Fjär gildrad. Ist vera en allt fjär hovdom hod. Fjär skulle skära vävnaden. Miklu rätteligo kongo varfarinna att stådva Ragnarok. Allens farliga vid. I täsi ågolig, häfelig. Och i Vestribyggd. Nightmare at Vestribyggd.
Hello and welcome everybody to this week's episode of Call of Cthulhu Dark Ages, A Nightmare at Vestribyggd. We are here with our tax collector group, and they're just here having some nice, chill sailing times. But before I cover what they did last time they played, let's all go around. Let's say who we are and who we're playing. I'm Lindy. I'm the Keep of Arcane Loa for today. And below me on the overlay, which I need to adjust slightly because I'm less slouchy than when I was setting up the cameras apparently. We've got Tom, Hotflakes Tom. How are you today?
I'm okay, thank you. I'm pretty good. A little tired, but we're always a little tired, But yeah, I'm looking forward to it. I'm looking forward to playing Salazar.
Me too. I think it'll be fun. Someone who I'm also looking forward to playing with is Duckrimbo.
Hey, hi. I'm doing great. I just want to make clear, last time we played, Sister Mary Ubila did invent a jet ski, so she is just next to the boat. In her habit and a swimsuit.
Yep.
That's
a nice
it's like
headcanon.
really beautiful out here. All of our characters are alive. It's, just a terrific cruise that we're all on. There's a buffet, thanks to Tom and Salazar's bargaining.
Delicious buffet of putrefied fish.
Yep. What could go wrong?
What could go?
Over and over.
Just put a pin in that question. Just put a pin.
Okay.
In that. What could go
I'll write
wrong?
that down in my game notes. What could go wrong? Oh, it seems ominous when I see it written out.
Yeah, maybe. But you know who's not ominous? Because it's a joy to see her, Kate Madison.
Hey, I can be ominous, maybe. No, I couldn't. Hi, it's me. Yes, I'm very excited to be back doing more stuff, and yes, yeah, we will see what happens. Maybe we'll throw someone overboard. I don't know.
I don't know.
No, who would do that?
Who would sacrifice a member
Who would
of the
sacrifice that?
Fucking barbarians, Oh, God. Who would do that? Oh,
that's so weird.
About Greenlanders?
Who would push them to do that? Great old ones, maybe. Anyways, there's no great old ones that this group here has had to deal with now. Yet, that's a good word. But we'll recap what happened last time. So last time this group played, because last week, that's a different recap for a different day. But last time this group played, is they were in Iceland. They had just finished celebrating the summer St. Thorlax Day, which was on July 20th, where they had the Infanta carry around the holy relic of St. Thorlak and then go get some holy water, and they had a lovely St. Thorlax Day feast, and there may have been a naughty nun, a promiscuous nun, frolicking about with some members of the party. Oh, and unfortunately we do not have the Infanta or Bowden with us today, as they have, they're indisposed. Not by eldritch means, it wasn't my fault, it's life. Life got them.
Infanta is in prayer.
She's in prayer, and Bowden was told to shut up the last time he was on the boat, so guess what? He's being quiet now, and just being quiet and studying the beautiful sea life and bird life, you know? But we have made it back. We are on the ship to Greenland. And if no one remembered the name of this ship, it's a really good tax pun. Where's my notes? I haven't had to look at y'all's notes in like a month because we missed a session.
You might have put it in.
I remember
put
it.
it in the
I got
Discord.
it.
Oh,
I got
please,
it.
Tom. Please, tax collector man, tell me what the name of this boat is.
Wasn't it crude interest?
A crude interest.
A
A
crude
cruise.
interest.
Thank you. That's
A
it. I
crude
have the
interest.
other name of the next boat you guys are gonna be on. But that was like that's not it.
Swapping boats.
This game is so fun.
It's such a fun time.
No drama, no sadness, just good vibes.
For now.
A great escape.
So, you guys are sailing. You guys have been sailing pretty well. The seas have been calmer. It's been a pretty bit. You haven't hit any bad storms yet. Weather's been kind. But speaking of the weather, Tom, could you please roll me
Oh, yes.
I believe a D100 for me, please?
D100, I can do that.
Yeah. Just a
59.
59. Okay. Got some strong wind.
Oh, good. If they're in the right direction, that's good.
Yes. It is almost the end of July. It's probably about July 28th right now. 28th, 29th. You're probably a few days out from Greenland, but the strong wind will definitely help carry you in.
Cool.
And, I looked at Twitch chat, made me laugh. And you get some nice strong winds, and it is, again, summer. You're pretty far north, which means you don't have really nighttime hours. You get, like, an hour of dark dusk, and then you've got a couple hours of not as dark dusk on either end of it. Then it's, like, you get, like, 22, 23 hours of daylight right now. But people try to, like, maintain some type of semblance of we should probably go to sleep. The sun's here in the horizon. Does anyone, like...
Of course, the Infanta and I keep the hours.
Of
And we
course.
pray the divine hours, and that helps us tell what time it is, of course.
Absolutely.
Usually by ourselves, because we can't be arsed to participate with the rest of the crew.
Certainly. Does anyone stay up late? I know Salazar was having a hard time sleeping and tends to get seasick. Speaking of, could you roll me a constitution check, John?
Oh, leave me alone. Oh, leave me
You
alone.
just get a little upset, Tommy. You did get... Bowden did bring some medicine for you, so you don't,
Oh, yes,
you
he
know,
did,
toss your
yeah.
cookies. But you got a bit of a rumbly tummy. Just a little upset. Just a little upsetty.
Ooh.
You know, but you're
He's
not...
gonna be Salazar's miserable. He's gonna just stay.
But
like,
you're not as, like...
somewhere
You're
and
not
just-
hugging the side of the ship this time. You're just, yeah.
Yeah.
So would you say that you're awake late at night, maybe?
Yeah, probably.
Probably. What
It's-
about
it's-
Lydic?
You know.
Lydic, heavy, you know, I think he's in, you said he's hard time sleeping sometimes.
Yeah, he's kind of rest. I mean, it's one of there's no like down below or anything, is there? So we're just lying.
Nor, yeah.
I think he's just lying on the deck, kind of like staring up at the sails in the sky. The
Yeah.
sail and the sky.
Yeah, you got some nice aurora borealis going on, a little bit.
Yeah,
Little peaks of it.
I think he's just sort of lying there, but he's not really sleeping.
The air's a little chilly because you're floating past Gunbjorn's Skerries right now, which Gunbjorn's Skerries was a big landmark at the time, and to this day, it's a little rocky island chain. And I say islands, they're rocks that stick up. Nothing could grow on them because they're just rocks that stick up, but they're technically are islands. But it's a rocky island chain. Sometimes there'll be some seals and birds and stuff perched on there, known as Gunbjorn's Skerries, and it means that you're within a couple days of Greenland, of the eastern settlement. And so you see, you've heard the sailors call out that there's some icebergs, and so the boat, you pull in the sails, despite having those strong winds to keep you going quickly, you pull in the sails, they pull in the sails a little bit to slow down speed so they can navigate, and some of them take the oars so that they can navigate around the icebergs a bit more, because you don't want to hit one of those in the North Atlantic. It's not...
No, I hear that's bad for
not
boats.
A good time. Yeah. Historically not a great time. There's no doors on this boat either, so you'd just be goners. But could I have spot hidden checks from Lydek and Salazar? As you guys are having a hard time sleeping. Oh, Lydek. Salazar, you feel too... Ooh.
Why is the world going up and down?
Yeah.
Because we're on a boat.
Oh.
Lydek.
Yeah.
You see something in the water.
Okay. Yeah, I think he's probably by this point he's leaning over the edge and just watching out of the water. So, yes. Okay. What do I see?
Oh, that's the question. What do you see?
Oh.
What
do I see? Hey,
it's a dark shape moving through the water. You're guessing about 20, 25, probably 25 feet long. Moving a little, too fast to be a whale. You've seen whales.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
They're wider. They're pretty big as well. They're not just this like long and skinnier. Maybe like dolphin thickness, but dolphins aren't 25 feet long.
Hey, Captain, what's that? I ain't seen that before.
What's what?
And I try and point towards what I'm seeing.
Here. Try to spy what you've seen as well. Thankfully, your captain has a good spot hidden, because captains need very few skills. Spot hidden is one of them, because you gotta see what's in the water. Hey. What is that? And you see some sailors. Let me see how the sailors do. They don't seem to notice. We'll just keep an eye on it. Could be a... Oh, maybe a...
I look around. I sort of like keep an eye on it, but I'm looking around to see if it's alone.
Oh!
Because if it was a whale or a dog, like I know that they don't they might not travel alone.
You know what? Now that you mentioned that and you're looking around,
I'm like, maybe it's a baby whale that's just faster and different.
Shapes in the water. Again, about 25, 30 feet long, some of them. Moving almost like a little slightly serpentine kind of fashion.
And are they...
Mostly around the icebergs.
Okay, so they're not near us.
The darkest hour of the night, by the way. Just so it's
right,
like,
yeah,
it's
so
like
it's
nice
sort of hard to
dusk.
kind of see.
Yeah. Like your 1 hour of dusk.
It looks like they're all over by that iceberg over there. There's a few of them, I think.
Steer away from the icebergs, but see them row a little bit more on one side to give a bigger berth around the icebergs. But I need to have something make a roll. Oh, okay, cool.
I think
you
just yeah. I mean, I'm sure there's been instances of like whales hitting boats and stuff that had So I think
whales don't move like
just
this,
sort of
though.
no, but like he just sort of like holds onto his axe and holds onto the thing, but sort of brings his axe sort of ready in case it decides to come closer and investigate, so that he can kind of just like dissuade it from attacking the ship in any kind of way. Yeah. Or looks.
see one
He
of
also
the-
might look around for a pole arm or something longer potentially.
There's
That he could at least
oars.
grab. Yeah,
Awesome.
they're using the oars at the moment, but he makes note of if he needs to grab an oar to poke or something or to
There would
assist.
be a couple spare in the boat in case you did happen to lose a couple during,
Yeah, so he
transit.
just sort of makes mental note of that and just tries to keep an eye on it in the low light.
You hear a couple
While
murmurs
looking
of
out.
sea serpents. What? People are looking out a little concernedly, and one of these shapes in the water seems to pause and turn in your direction a little bit, as if perhaps observing your passage.
All right, have it make a spot hidden check.
I did.
Oh, sorry. Sorry, that's your job.
It's got a 34.
I Lydic sort of puts his hand around something in his pocket and just keeps looking at it and almost gives a little wave. Like a little...
Yeah? Okay.
Yeah.
You see the shape slowly kind of, we'll say slither, swim there a little closer, and you see a little bit more of its outline now. It's not as deep. It's risen towards the surface a little bit. It has a humanoid torso, head, but 3 arms.
Or like 2 on one side and 1 on the other? Or where's the third arm coming from?
Yeah, like
Okay.
2 on one side, 1 on the other.
Male or female or undiscernible?
It's still a little hard to tell. You can give me another spot hidden check if you'd like.
Yeah.
Now that it's
Yeah.
holding a little stiller, getting a little closer.
Yeah.
It's hard to tell. And you see
I think
one
he's...
of the hands wave back a
Okay.
little bit.
I don't think he specifically notes it to. I mean, says anything. He's just kind of watching it, and really trying to
It seems to be
discern what it
watching
looks
you
like.
as well. Keeping pace with the boat. It's long, 25-foot long tail.
So it looks like it's almost mermaid
Yeah,
like
if
that.
mermaids
It's
had like 3 arms
3 arms and a very, very long tail.
and a very, very long tail. Seems to be keeping pace with the boat quite easily.
Does it seem sinister or friendly, or can I
Could you
roll for
make
to see
an
what I would think?
insight check.
Insight. Yeah. That's
Those are your bonus skills.
It's that's right. We do actually have insight.
Because it's the Dark Ages.
Oh, it's
we don't know what psychology is.
Oh man, can I spend? How much luck do I actually have? Oh, maybe that's silly to spend luck this early in the game.
It's just 1 though. It's just 1 Kate.
When
You could be
will
dying. The other
one
table's
I
luck
used to have
They're all
so much
dying.
luck. In it.
You know?
Yeah, Alexa, stop. Jesus. Oh, fine. I'll spend 1 of my 40 luck on this very early thing. That's so dumb.
Sure. So, with an insight check that is successful, as it gets a little closer, you start to see a little bit more details, which will give you a little more insight. This does appear to be very merman-like. Let's see, male torso. A bandolier with some tools, maybe some weapons attached to it. A long, fish-like, serpent-like tail that drags behind it. It's probably about, again, 20-25 feet. Its torso has 3 arms, and, do I have a picture for you? And a bald head.
Does the 3 arms look like they've lost an arm? Or,
No, It does not look
just
like
looks
they've
like it's
lost
meant
an
to have
arm.
3 arms.
And a beard but no hair on top of the head.
I don't know why the beard was more disturbing than anything else.
And a big
That's the part that got me.
Full of krill. Doesn't make you very streamlined.
And it seems to be looking at your ship and you with curiosity. Seems more curious than anything, but you get the feeling that it might not hesitate to defend itself should it need to. It seems to be very
So it looks
confident
so it
and
looks
capable. Yeah, it's not afraid, but it's
but it looks like it's
being
not
a little
looking
curious,
like
a little
it's
cautious.
gearing up to an attack. It's
It doesn't
more
seem like it's gearing up for
ready
an
to
attack.
defend.
Yeah, it's like, are these? They're sussing you out like you're sussing them out.
Yeah.
is what you're getting the vibes of.
Are they? Does it look like there's a specific iceberg that they're almost guarding, or?
Well, now that you mention it, the iceberg. You're so good at making connections, Kate. The iceberg that they seem to be surrounding a little bit more. Now that you look at it a little bit better, the aurora borealis shifts and hits it just right. It seems to be made maybe less of ice and more of crystal, unlike the surrounding icebergs. Like it's got some ice, like some frost on it, but it seems a little more iridescent than the surrounding icebergs that just seem icy.
Well, that don't seem normal. Hey, Captain, we should
Yes.
probably steer even more clear of that, whatever that is.
The iceberg, sure. He's been
Yeah.
like giving orders to the like giving them like a good like rowing chant to help them row a little bit more quickly, steer a little more clear, you know. Help them be a little
You've
more
seen
in
that
sync.
before?
Icebergs, oh, they're quite common around here.
Yeah, no, the whatever that is, and that kind of iceberg looks just, I don't know. I've seen some icebergs in my time, but there's something, that one just looks different.
Looks like an iceberg
think
to
it-
me. He did not succeed on his spot in that time. But Kate, can I have you make me a sanity check, please?
Sure, yeah.
As you've
why
seen a
not?
three-armed, really long merman with a weird...
That seems normal to me. I don't know what you're talking about, Lindy. Oh, failed.
Just gonna be just a little baby. Just one sanity loss.
just
'Cause
one,
mermen
Oh,
are
I didn't
in
mean to
your-
press it again.
No,
Sorry.
you're good. Mermen are in your, mythology, your lore of this world, so that's not mega shocking, unlike some things.
Are they actually I suppose, can I
It's
ask,
a little different than you were told, but
is yeah, like, is the if there is a mythology to sort of mermaids, mermen, is
usually
it
it's mermaids. You've not really heard much about mermen, but if there's mermaids, surely
Okay.
there must be mermen.
Sure.
Maybe it's not a stretch. It's not a reach.
No,
to-
but I just do they have the same mythology that they kind of have for, like, as in sinister and luring people?
Probably,
and...
yeah. That's probably
Yeah,
what you
okay.
think of as mermaids luring men to their death, singing songs like mermaid sirens, that kind of thing. But these are
Okay.
mermen, and you don't know what their dealio is.
No, but that sort of mythology of steer clear of these, they're not necessarily good guys kind of thing. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Probably. Probably didn't think they were. Well, man, it depends. You might thought they were real. You might not have. Depends on how much you believe in folklore.
I think at this point he stood up in the boat to kind of just, and almost does one of these. Not quite, it's a bit too modern, but like, he just kind of like keeps an eye on that one in particular. And
Salazar, you notice Lydic, you're not feeling good, but you're awake, and you notice Lydic is like staring deep into the water and asking some questions and has got like on ready for something.
When
you're in the middle of the open
you say
ocean and there's no
already,
other boats.
what, like, got your weapons ready, or you just...
Yeah,
agitated?
I've got a weapon kind of, and it's not completely loose. There is a bit of a tension on the hand as if he's sort of relaxed, but kind of ready if something were to happen. Like, so he looks like he's a little on guard.
All right. So Salazar will kind of just look up and Lydic, stop fidgeting. You're making me nauseous.
Think the sea is making you nauseous.
Yeah.
I mean, you want to see something else that's going to make you nauseous?
No, this is fine.
All right, then don't look this way.
What? Okay, tell me about, describe it. Use your words, Lydic.
I don't think you'd believe me.
Try me.
3-armed merman, plus others protecting a iceberg that don't look like an iceberg. But I haven't slept in a few days, so, you know, who knows? He sort of squints and keeps looking. He's not looked down at Salazar. He's very much still.
Yeah.
Watch.
You know what? Fine, you've piqued my curiosity. I'll take a look.
Salazar, can you give me a spot hidden check?
Okay.
Come lose sanity with me.
Nope.
You see dark shapes in the water, but you can't make out any details.
Is it those?
Again, like 25 foot long.
Yeah,
pretty, pretty fast.
Looks like a big fish to me.
Well, kind of looks a little bit like a big fish to me, but not like a fish I ever saw.
Are you a fisherman now?
I mean, I've been on the water, so...
Okay.
And I've
You've
caught a
seen
fish before. Does that make me a
one
fisherman?
Singular.
Hey, look, I probably know as much as you do, but I ain't not
Probably
seen
more.
something like that before. That's for sure.
We are out. Have you been out this far before?
Have I been out this far?
You've not been out to Greenland. You've been to Iceland
No.
once or twice, but this will be your first time in Greenland.
I mean, I ain't been out this way, so no, I don't know. But
So, because there's the possibility that this is a kind of fish you've never seen before.
I mean, yeah, this is a kind
That-
of fish I ain't never seen before.
Well, there you go. It's just like I don't know, a different breed of horse or cow or whatever. Nothing to worry about. And he kind of like, gets back into his kind of thing. Just don't worry. It hasn't tried to eat us or attack us, and I'm sure it'll get bored.
I know. Looks more like it's defending something. Don't know what.
I don't know, maybe
Anyway.
it's got spawn nearby or something.
Yeah.
Well, are we sailing away from them?
Yeah, yeah, but what I mean is the one that I was kind of looking at still keeping pace with us,
yeah, it's gotten a little closer.
Yeah, we're not sailing that far away. One of them, at least, is almost catching up.
Well,
Are we getting closer to? Sorry, are we getting closer to the like the this iceberg? Are we kind of going away from it at this
You're
point?
like, it was like up ahead, like, to the side,
so it's-
and you're like paralleling with it, and you're gonna be moving past it. Yeah.
I see. So it's
Like
so
you saw
yeah.
it
So
coming
it's
up. You're like passing. You're making a wider berth, which is taking longer to go around it because you're putting distance. You were gonna sail like right by it, but you're putting some
Right.
distance between, so it's taking a little longer because you got to go a little further out and then over. But
okay. So at the moment, I think at the moment he's kind of watching this thing, and because we're sort of gotten closer to whatever it's seemingly protecting, he's not. He understands that it might be getting closer in a more back off kind of way. So he's only gonna get concerned if it carries on following them once they're essentially going away from this iceberg. So, but maybe bear that in mind if that that changes.
Yeah,
So
you see
but yeah.
a second one. It's like near. You see them like communicate in some type of way. They pause for a moment, and then one swims underneath the ship to the others.
Okay, I don't like that. Hey, we ain't here for you. You can leave us be. I shout out.
Oh, they heard you. And you see,
I'm trying to now keep an eye on both of them.
the one that swam underneath the ship suddenly pops up right next to the railing, probably near where Salazar is at the back, dripping wet. Again, big beard, kind of bluish gray skin. Bald head, just hands on the side of your ship. And
I kind of take a step and I'm like, back off!
Knash Grufgal.
What?
Knash Gruskal.
Anyone speak fish?
Salazar, this is right next to you and it's really close. Could you give me a sanity check, please? And also have the sailors make a... they don't take this very well.
Nope.
That's gonna be a 2 for the sailors. And a 1 for Salazar.
Right. He kind of pauses. So I can hear this thing talking.
You're like at
to
the
us.
back where it's like a little narrower, so you can like kind of wedge yourself in a little bit. And this thing is like, if you're on this part of the boat, I'll just draw on the roll 20. Salazar, you're the blue dot. You're gonna be the red dot. You're like
Right.
here, nearer the tiller. Lydic's like kind of middling here.
Yeah.
He's got a big sword, a big weapon, I say. And then this thing has, there's
Oh,
one,
that's beautiful.
It's
Susan
just-
would be proud.
like here, on the side,
Uh-huh.
there's its arms. And then,
Damn, they are so long.
this
Oh my
other
gosh,
one
it's
has-
long, almost as long as the boat or longer.
yeah. And then this one's popped up on
I
the
wish I
other
could
side of the
see this
ship.
drawing.
Like right here. Boop.
Oh!
Boop,
Literally popped up.
Yeah,
Like having a
two of
chat.
its 3 arms, like on the railing to kind of like if you're pushing yourself out of the pool, but like,
Yeah.
like to just be like, hey, I've come out. I'm playing mermaids in the pool, and I'm like,
You know
saying,
what it
Mom,
kind
can we
of-
make us some snacks?
Kind of reminds me of some gross guy going up to you on the bar, just leaning and going, hey, how you doing?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's got
Bald
that
head,
kind.
bluish gray skin. Let me get you a nice little a picture-oo. Yeah, let me see if I have a good one. That's really old art. I want like one of the new ones. And here's like a I don't like any of these. But you know, we'll let it be.
We'll go with it. Okay.
Bluish gray skin, 3 arms, big beard, big bushy beard, and it's trying to speak, but you have no idea what language this is. And that probably wakes Sister Mary Ubula, because the sailors rolled a 99 on their sanity checks, and they're like,
going on up
"It's
there?"
a fucking mermaid!" And they're like freaking out. Some of them are like
Oh.
paddling faster. Some are like frozen, and yeah, it's not great. Sister Mary Ubula, you woke up, and there's this thing right nearby you. The Infanta and Bowden are somehow sleeping through all of this. Poor souls. Because I know Bowden would want to see this. But could you make me a sanity check, Sister Mary?
Oh, of course, of course.
This is not what you were expecting to
No.
No, but maybe I'm
See.
still dreaming.
Maybe. That'd be nice if it
Be
was
nice.
the case. You don't lose any sanity,
Fine.
but that's not what you were expecting to wake up to. Maybe it is just.
No, it's
a
awfully
bit older.
surprising.
Yeah.
Do I hear this thing trying to communicate and talk at all?
Yeah.
And I mean, I'm assuming not, but anything I get from knowing a little Latin or any root stuff or anything at all?
Do you have a cult?
Oh, that's a good question. I don't know if I do.
No, I don't.
I have 5 in a
Bog
cult.
standard 5.
Nope, that's the
Just the
base.
standard 5.
You don't have anything more than the base. This is not Latin. This is not a Germanic language.
Something else.
Yeah, it's something else. It's something else, all right.
Sister Mary Uvula is just sort of like watching and watching the sailors like panic and run around. But she's also getting a good look at this thing. And I don't know, I think she's still so half asleep that it's just rattling around inside her head.
Yeah.
Like, what? Like,
Yeah.
You know, it's like when you take a nap at 7 p.m. and you wake up at 8 p.m. and everything's
like,
ruined. Like, I don't know what the world is. Yeah.
Yeah. Discombobulated. Am I dreaming? Am I asleep? Is this asleep? Is it a weird state?
Sister,
Yes, Brother Salazar.
does the
And its eyes are
church have
weirdly
any
fish-like.
stance on this? Is it a demon? Is it?
I mean, the scriptures. Oh, hold on. Hold on 1 second here. Hold on. Where are you? I know you're here. There. The scriptures do mention leviathans and sea creatures in the deep. Not very specific. So, my guess is it's a trick of the light. What time is it?
It's
Late.
As dark as it gets. So not very dark.
It's in the middle of the night. All right. I think we're all lacking sleep, and perhaps that's what's going on. Are we
the
like
water
making any
drips
distance
onto
from this thing?
A little bit, Salazar, as it's still holding onto the boat.
One of them is still holding on.
What does it want? What's it saying? Don't repeat it.
Yes,
It might
of
be an
course.
insult or something.
I will go to my dictionary. No, the dictionary wasn't invented by now. I will go through.
I didn't know. All right. Is it communicating with, pointing at anything, or
Does it look-
food or fish or
At
something?
Lydic, Salazar, whoever's like talking is who it's kind of trying to like look at, and it's also seemingly trying to listen to what you guys are saying, but seems just as confused by what you're saying as what you are by what it's saying.
I have a universal language that everyone understands.
Oh God!
I don't think it wants
Are you
money.
trying to
Don't give
bribe
it money.
the monster?
Takes out a gold coin or a coin. Maybe
you
not
see,
gold.
it have some type of recognition. It's like,
And he
and
kind
it
of just,
reaches into one of the pouches with its third arm
Oh,
that's free,
shit.
not holding the,
The
the
pocket
ship.
arm.
Reaches into one of the pouches, many little things around its waist, its bandolier, and pulls out a probably not, it's like a weird, like a black coin, but it's not made, it's not purely black. It's like black and silver, like a weird shimmer to it.
I think it's to realize that you're
okay.
a merchant.
and
I think
I'll,
that's who you are.
It'll take
I'll-
one of its arms off the ship and like hold out its coin and hold its
yeah,
palm
we'll
out
do
for
it.
your
We'll do
coin.
the weird exchange like that. See, I told you, universal language. Everyone.
Getting out of the name.
Yes,
just nod.
thank you.
Mhm.
And it seems satisfied with
Aye.
this exchange, and back into the water.
Sister
You have
Eubula
a
just sidles up to
weird-
Salazar.
Like silver and black coin.
Hang on, let me make a note of this. Silver.
You're just out here networking, aren't you? Making business contacts.
That's what I do.
Yes. All right, I'm going back to bed. She turns around.
Okay,
and goes
weird
back.
silver and black coin
Yep.
from Mer person.
Yep. If you say that in your notes, I will. I will know what you're talking about exactly.
Either very
Yes,
good or
I'll-
very bad.
I'll do that. Yes. Okay. It's in my notes, or it's in some notes.
There you go.
I'm gonna bold it so I don't forget.
And you see it, watch it, like swim back over to the one that was pacing you, show the coin, kind of like a nod from the other one, And then they peel off and go back to...
Good trade. Good trade.
Alright. Well, that's kind of good to know, I guess.
And it's still like... people are still freaking out on the ship around you.
Hey, stop shouting, everyone. Just keep rowing. Jesus.
The captain is going to make a captaining check to calm people down. He does okay. He doesn't. It's not instant, but people do get back to the situation was resolved. They look what they've obviously not going to drag us all to our deaths. They've done an exchange, a trade. Trade is universal language. You know. And you hear Lydic as you're a little closer to the front. And if they were going to take any more, it's going to be Salazar because he's the... You know? It's going to be alright. It takes probably about a good 10 minutes for people to fully calm down. But the rowing gets real fast. And they open up the sails a little bit more to just speed away from this area. Despite the potential iceberg risk, they're like, no, we went out of here fast.
We're passing. You said we were passing that rocky outcropping?
Yeah,
too.
Skerries. It's a little island, rocky island chain. Some of them are rocks no bigger than this, but they stick out of the water. Big landmark for Greenland. You just turn right at Gunbjorn Skerries, and you'll get to the eastern settlement. And the icebergs are all cropped up throughout there. Well.
The iceberg that they were sort of around, and the one that looks kind of odd. Does that look like it's moving like the same, like the icebergs around it or something, or is it sort of look like it's
bobbing in the water a little bit, as I like an iceberg would.
But it doesn't quite look.
Yeah, the material looks different.
Yeah. Yeah, I think he just keeps staring at them until they're out of sight, if they become out of sight.
And they do. They will eventually fade out of sight. They don't seem to follow you anymore or keep pace with you after that encounter. And you see it get smaller and smaller in the distance till you can't see it anymore.
It turns to Salazar, I think. How did you know to give him a coin?
It's trade. It's a universal language. Everyone has been doing it since the dawn of time.
Yeah. But what's with that coin then? That they gave you? What is it?
Takes it out and has a good look. It's a blackened silver coin. Would you like to have a closer look?
Sure.
Hands it over.
I sort
It'd be like if you
does
melted
it have
obsidian and silver together in a weird mixture.
What could possibly go wrong?
Yeah.
And does it have an imprint? Does it have a symbol on it or anything?
Yes.
Is it just a sort of? Oh.
Yes,
okay.
it does. I'm getting that for you now.
Oh.
I wasn't expecting a coin. I mean, I knew what coins they would have in return, but let's see.
I know. I nearly threw fish at them.
Yeah, there's plenty of that in the ocean. They already have.
Well, exactly. They've already got fish, I suppose. Yeah.
Let's see. Is that it? Nope. I'm just looking for the mentions of. There's a specific. That's it. That's the city this coin is from. Yes, it would be a mixture of obsidian and silver, and it would have like a city skyline, strange city skyline full of towers on it.
And it looks like a city skyline not sort of a rocky outcrop type thing. So it would look odd to us, right? Because we wouldn't know what a city skyline necessarily even look like. So
you see city skylines every time you enter a port. So that.
Oh, okay. So not. Sorry, my brain went New York type city skyline, which obviously
every
is not
city
around
has a skyline.
Yeah. Okay. So it's
and you were in the 1300s,
like a
so
land.
There would be towers and stuff.
Yeah.
So those towers are quite tall, several stories tall. There'd be similar like medieval type towers in this skyline.
Where did they get this from? Does that look like a place you know? And like pass it back to Salazar, pointing at the. Where is that?
I have no idea. It could literally be anywhere.
Suppose they could have traded that with someone else.
Maybe.
Huh. You ain't never seen these before, he sort of says to the captain. You not traded with them before?
And as it dries off a little bit, now that it's not so wet from the water, it's got a slight rainbow, like iridescent sheen to it. Kind of like that iceberg did.
Oh, okay. Oh, it's kind of shiny like a rainbow, like mother of pearl and stuff. Oh man. That iceberg, there was something about that iceberg. Do you think that's where they live? I think that's where they live. Huh. Wonder what else they take as trade.
Food.
Going to offer you up if you don't stop and go to sleep.
It's got like a slight translucency to it because of the obsidian mixture. But it's an interesting coin. Never seen anything like it before.
One could say irreplaceable.
I mean, in
Almost,
unique.
almost
here,
priceless.
right now. Yeah.
Priceless.
Sure. Here.
This table's got it
No
so
one's
good.
ever
Everything's
seen
great
it
over here.
before.
No one's ever seen it before. No one on this ship, at
Ka-ching.
least.
I think Lydek kind of, after being semi-told off by Sister Eubia, sort of sinks down onto the edge of the ship, and he kind of like, he's resting on the thing, like sort of trying to sleep, but he can't stop looking and watching, and he's expecting to see like another similar iceberg and things like that. So he's sort of he's a little on edge, but yeah, he's a little on edge, I think. So it's like, all right, I'll shut up. Sorry.
And you try to get some sleep. Whether sleep comes to you or not, I don't know. That's up to you. But you seem to not have any other strange encounters at sea.
Yeah. He probably snoozes a bit, but it doesn't feel like sleep.
So you've got a very unique coin.
I do. Great.
If you hold it up in the light when the sun's fully up the next day, as the light shines through it, kind of like a prism, there's just a faint little rainbow.
Oh, that's so cool. Okay, cool. That's just jacked the price up a couple of hundred.
Sure, yeah.
Well, we can turn around now. We don't need taxes.
That's it, yeah. I'm rich. That's it. Let's go home.
And it's a couple days later when you get to the eastern settlement. Lovely, lovely time. And you see the eastern settlement sail into view. Why not?
Look there, Lydek. You see a skyline. Buildings.
Yeah, but and I try and remember the coin, and I don't think it's the same one.
No, probably not. No.
But
If those
you
things were
see-
real, which I still question if they were, but no, I don't think so. Probably dolphins.
I mean,
Exhaustion.
I've seen a dolphin before. Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, I mean, who knows? Did you? I mean, I suppose. Do you know all the things that God made? Did He make them?
No, I mean, it stands to reason, I suppose, that there are things in creation I don't know about. I've heard about creatures in other places in the world that I've never heard of with long necks or long noses, things like that might seem bizarre. But it's a big place, you know. The Lord is full of surprises.
Well, that was definitely
They
surprising.
didn't hurt us. They were just wondering who we were, I think.
Yeah, I think so. I mean, yeah, they didn't actually attack us. I was a little worried, to be fair.
No. But I told the Infanta, and I told her that some of the crew were a bit disturbed or maybe anxious about it. And she said for me to tell them just to shake it off. There's another part in there too, but shake it. She repeated that several times. Shake it off, shake it off, shake it off.
Huh. Okay. And he gives a little shake.
All right, yeah, sure, you could do it, like, literally. Yes. Big man, aren't you? Aye. Buddy.
Yeah. Right. So we collected taxes from these guys too?
No.
I don't
given
believe
it,
they're behind, are they, Brother Salazar?
No, as far as I'm aware, the Eastern Settlement is up to date with current rules.
Good little boys and girls.
Supply run.
Yes, and a guide, probably.
Must be a bad idea. Perhaps the Infanta and I will go around looking for maybe some information from the locals about the other settlements.
Very well. I will be in talk to whoever's in charge of this place and see what information I can find.
Of course, your authority will take you very far. As we pull in whatever we're doing, whenever we get off, I mean, Sister Ubila is looking for a church, you know, is looking for some sort of thing that will respect the nunness.
Oh, so.
And I don't know how that's going to go.
There are 9 churches in the Eastern Settlement. There are 12 at its peak. The biggest churches, what would be obviously one where the bishop's farm would be, which is Gardar, the church at Gardar. The next biggest would be Hvalzi and Thjodhild's church. Thjodhild's church was made for Eric the Red's wife, because she was a very devout Christian. Hvalzi is just the next largest one, but you'd probably be going to, because you've got
Which
Ivar,
one has the most connections?
Because you're with Ivar Bardarson,
right.
who is a representative of the church, you'd be stopping by at Gardar first, which is the Pope's, the bishop's, not the Pope's, I'm sorry. The Pope don't live here. The bishop's farm, the Bishop of Greenland, who is, as you were believed to be dead, so thinking that might be a good place to set up for your HQ while you're there. So you guys sail into Gardar, which is just south of Brattahlid, which is the chieftain's farm.
So we went up. Did we go up a fjord?
You would. Oh yes. The Norse typically built in on the fjords to get shelter from winds and storms and to not be visible from shore. So yeah, you guys would be going up the fjord to Gardar, knowing that Brattahlid is close by and that's where the chieftain lives. That was the farm that Eric the Red settled at. And yeah, you pull up and the Bishop Arnie would come out to greet you. It seems he's not dead.
Oh,
And Ivar looks
please,
a little
Christ
surprised.
Jesus.
He goes, oh, Bishop Arnie,
We look at Ivar as like, what the fuck? Like,
he looks
but
also
in religion.
surprised because everyone in Iceland was like, "Yeah, their bishop's totally dead." That's what they'd heard.
See.
So.
How long ago had they heard that?
The rumor had been going around for several months.
Several months, right?
Did we get any?
And this is a real
did we get any
misunderstanding that happened, by the way, in 1342. They're like, "Oh, Bishop of Greenland's dead." Ivar got there, and he's like,
"Lines get crossed.
You're not dead," and he's like,
"I am.
No, I'm not. What? Why did they think I was
Right.
dead? And they were like, "Oh man, they're starting to appoint a new bishop. We gotta like cancel that. We're have to write back."
Ooh, we got to put the brakes on.
Norway."
Yeah. And I mean, does he look like any description we've gotten of this guy before?
Nope, he looks exactly.
Okay.
Oh, gotcha. It's invisible. I've got. Don't worry about
okay.
me and my eldritch drink.
That's what we're excited about. Great. Visible
Oh, he
tea.
likes me.
Yes, he does. So I think we do the appropriate. Oh, thank the Lord! What a glad tiding this is, and just let them sort of get their stories straight, and hear trying to track down where the confusion came from.
And it's hard to say where the confusion came from. He was a little under the weather over the winter, so maybe somebody thought he died of illness. But he's made a full recovery, and he's doing just fine. And he will, unless y'all do something, he's gonna be bishop for 9 more years.
It's good to know that. It's good to know the guy in charge.
Yep.
So we're happy about that.
And you do find out that most of the property here in the Eastern Settlement is owned by the churches and leased to the farmers of the
As
area.
it should be.
Gardar has the Cathedral of St. Nicholas, which is the patron saint of sailors. The cathedral is made of stone and has green glass windows and a brass bell. It is the pinnacle of wealth in this settlement.
Do we happen to know if that's the same Nicholas who was the bishop who Santa Claus comes from? It's not a different Nicholas. I'm imagining there might be more than one. But
I think it is the same one, but he wasn't always. This is pre-Santa Claus.
right, no. He was the bishop in Turkey. He was he got in an argument at a theological debate and punched a guy in the face, which is my favorite Santa Claus story of all time.
I think I did this research like a month ago. I believe it is the same saint, but he's the saint of sailors at this time and not known for.
Sure. Well,
Christmas.
I think, and I'm not a Catholic, but I think that saints could be saints of multiple things. Yeah. So.
Yeah. Right now, he's known for being a big old sailor saint. That is what he's best known for right now.
Got it.
And
well, we will
the church. You got the cathedral.
be happy to
Santa
follow
Claus.
around and kiss the bishop's butt and be real polite and all that.
Yeah. And he seems like a pretty congenial fellow. He seems to be a little more casual than the one in Iceland at Skalholt. Probably because he's all the way out in Greenland, and he's kind of in charge. So he can be a little more, friendly. And he invites you all in to his farm, which would have a lot of cattle. I think the average farm, the chieftain's farm, would be able to stable about 50 to 65 cattle. The bishop's farm right now has about 150.
I take note of all those numbers to dangle in front of Salazar later.
Yeah. So he's got a lot of cattle, which is big display
Like
of
a
wealth
treat.
here. Yeah. So there is both a monastery, a nunnery, and 8 other churches here in the settlement. But he's happy to go on about which church owns what land and has a little map. So be like, oh yeah, well, especially since there's an Infanta here, and he's more than happy to
Listen and
show her
nod.
around.
Listen and nod.
And They are going to arrange some housing for you all while you're here, because he understands not everyone wants to stay in the church because the church gets used quite often. They don't have a school here like the other one did for housing. So the next door neighbor's farm, which would be just to the north, would be the Fisker farm. They're very devout patrons of the church and the area, and they're more than happy to put up guests of the church for their duration of their stay.
How would they be happy to put up our whole team?
Yes, they are.
Right. Okay, that's great.
Not all the sailors, but like the non-sailors.
Right.
Yeah, the guests.
We'll kiss all the babies and press all the palms and sort of thank them profusely.
Going to go have some time in prayer in the.
Of course, my dear.
In the cathedral.
The Infanta is exhausted from a weary journey. We saw such beautiful creatures in God's creation out on the seas, and the Infanta must meditate upon these things, and so she's going to retire. And then she sort of, pardon me, and then she sort of walks in front of the door, and Yubila leans in and says, just keep your head about you, nothing stupid, all right, don't fuck this up. And then comes back to everyone else.
And she's going to spend some time in silent prayer. It will be, and some nuns from the local nunnery would be happy to escort her back to the Fisker farm. When they're
I think one thing that Sister Mary Eubula would press while they have the bishop with them, and if she has to ask that through Ivar, to be polite or whatever, to ask, you seem to be thriving here. Why so ever would the Eastern settlement withhold their taxes if Greenland is doing so well? That sort of shit. Sort of like smack talk the Eastern settlement, but also sort of like try and get his take on it. Yeah, Western.
Yeah.
What?
Because they're
get his take on like why are they holding out, that sort of stuff.
Well, we haven't really received many ships at all from the Eastern settlement. No, we haven't heard from them in a couple of years. Western settlement, we haven't heard from them in a couple of years, actually. 2 or 3.
Are you concerned for their well-being? Is it dangerous there?
I mean, it's a little. It's the land's harsher up there. It's further north, after all, and it's we've tried to send things out, but we've not heard back.
Really?
We haven't seen them at the walrus hunting grounds the past couple seasons as well.
That does not bode well for their.
It does not.
Their tusk
At first, we
donation.
thought that maybe they had a sickness, but we're not entirely certain as to what has happened. We do know that the weather's been colder as of late, and for it being the beginning of August, it is gotta be a little bit chilly. Getting colder, and there's been earthquakes lately.
We have heard similar things on our way here from Iceland.
Yes, it's highly unusual. When I was a lad, there were never any earthquakes here.
Strange. Perhaps. Sure. Well,
I'm
no.
to hear from them, and I haven't heard from them in a couple of years.
I'm no master of natural sciences or anything like that. I hope. Hope it's not a precursor of something worse.
One hopes not. We've been deep in prayer, waiting for their souls, and usually their priest sends at least, some tithes, along with the taxes through us, and we've not received any of that from their priest either.
Not even from the priests.
Not even from their priest.
Well,
the priest, they did have, let's just say it's, the last time I heard from the Western settlement, it was not at its peak. A couple hundred years ago, they had 4 churches, but I believe they're down to just 1 now, the Stensonist Church.
But what about the children? Don't they have a place to receive education? I just think about the poor children in the Western settlement.
That's not a lot of children out there. A lot of the Western settlement is...
fewer and fewer.
Single men. A lot of people who don't typically get along with the sense of community and well-being that we... makes us prosper here in the Eastern settlement. They tend to...
Of course.
More of the loners go to the Westerns.
But if you don't have one another, what do you have?
I think the last person that went over to the Western settlement, actually, last person that left the Eastern settlement to go that way was, he was a whaler, a fisherman. His name was Otto.
Oh. Otto. See, and was he from here?
No, he came on a ship from Iceland. They'd been by a few times, the Eastern settlement.
I do a thinking pose like this, and then I try to remember, we heard some stories about people going.
There were some merchants, they were sailed all over, and they said that he wished to settle down, so he stayed here. Seemed a little upset about it, though. He may have been kicked out.
Have we heard Otto's name before, like when we were talking to people from Iceland? Because they had said,
You haven't.
These people went over. These people left. Okay. Right.
It was not one of the ones that were banished for allegedly killing the bishop. Yeah.
One of the bishop killers.
Yeah, not one of the alleged bishop killers. Potential bishop killers.
Good. Potential.
Bishop murderers.
Suspected.
Slaughterers.
Well, I assure you that we have a very capable group of wonderfully diverse and knowledgeable missionaries, and also some very muscular men and one muscular woman. So I'm sure that we will make it there and successfully get to the bottom of whatever's happening, but with love, of course.
It would be good if you could find out what's happening. We haven't heard from them, and we've been a bit concerned, you know. We've had our own drought here, and things we've had to tighten the belts a little bit, but we've been...
Of course.
Faith provides.
Indeed it does, and, just bows her head. And, I don't know if she'd ask anything else of the bishop. I think that just to get his take on it's interesting.
Yeah.
And
Yeah, absolutely.
do I get any, weirdness of insight, or, is this guy withholding anything or lying or
Can you roll me an insight check?
Sure.
Absolutely.
20 under 35.
He doesn't seem to be withholding anything. That's his take. He's the bishop, which is kind of like even though he's not the chieftain, since the church owns most of the land here in the Eastern Settlement, he's probably a really busy guy. He doesn't have time to think about it all that often, but he is. When it is brought up, he's like, "Oh yeah, we haven't heard from them in a while. I hope
funny.
they're doing all right." Yeah.
Perhaps, I'm guessing, and this is just probably Mary Eubula's suspicion too. This guy's really busy. He's got, a lot of shit to handle, and so it could be that no, he hasn't really given him much thought.
Living here in the Eastern Settlement, yeah.
But
About
also
500?
just to pull back the curtain a little bit, the person called Mary Eubula is also a little bit like, what's the church fucking with here, and what are they up to? So she kind of has that dual thing going on.
He's very proud of how much the church provides for the people here, and by that you can infer with that successful insight that the church owns almost all the lands and is leasing it out to the farmers. Right. You sense a bit more classism here than in Iceland, where there was a lot more of an actual sense of kind of community, and there was a bit more separation between the clan chieftains and the church. Here it seems that he's in charge, despite there is a clan chief.
I think the woman called Mary Eubula, I think she has dealt with classism a lot, and so knows what that smells like, but also wants to be on the right side, the successful side. So
yes,
sort of stores that away.
Sure. Absolutely. And what about?
And then just schmoozes.
Yeah. What Salazar? I mean, wine and drinks and some food is brought out for everybody. A lot of fish. And some root vegetables. 'Cause that's what's growing.
Is it fermented?
No, this would be fresh fish. And some seal. There'd be some seal as well.
Okay, cool, nice.
Brought out for you
Actual
guys some
kind of
refreshments.
good meal. Yeah.
Yeah, I think after they I'm assuming that after on the
I would come looking for you guys.
trip they're not eating quite as well as obviously, so I think we tuck
Nice little
into
spread.
whatever
There'll
we
be a
get the
couple
chance.
small pieces of bread, because the church is providing it. But yeah, like a basic welcoming meal brought out.
Probably
Refreshments.
more than they usually have,
Yes.
but not like a feast. Yeah.
Yes, a little like bring out the nice things that we were gonna have for dinner tonight, and we'll have something else, but give the nice things that were prepared today for the guests, kind of thing.
Well, whenever you say Lindy, like Mary Eubula would
There's
go
lots
and
of
find
butter
the others
and
just to
cheese as
spill
well
the
for like the
beans.
breads.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, we love butter. So Mary would come out eventually, just to find them, and especially Salazar.
You would leave.
She sees
Ivar would
Salazar
still be
as-
chatting up with Bishop Arnie.
Yep, I would leave them to it. Leave the boys to their boys talk. And go find Salazar and just sort of fill him in. And says, "Well, it sounds like there are several families that own all of the land around here, the different farms, and one of them, a heavily blessed supporter of the church, has offered to house us at their farm for the foreseeable future. I did mention to the bishop that we'd be heading towards the western settlement, but it doesn't seem to be high up on his priority list. He's probably, well, overwhelmed with other responsibilities. But he says he hasn't heard from them in quite a while. Last person sent was some whaler named Otto. And so, I don't know, maybe this Otto had an ill influence on their settlement.
That probably been like 6 years ago. I went over there.
So was it like last contact with a settlement? Anything?
Not the last contact, but the last person to move from the eastern settlement. The last
And
contact
they've
would have been 2 or
tried,
3
they've
years
sent people
ago.
out, but not heard anything back, which is troubling. And again, they
Yes.
mentioned these weather phenomena that have been occurring with the earthquakes and the droughts and similar things. So it seems like that's a common narrative. And then I give him the numbers. Here's how much land they own. Here's all the cattle. Here's this is from your little book of numbers, Salazar.
Makes notes of everything.
Mm-hmm.
So would you say, from these notes and what I see, is this a prosperous settlement?
No.
So so it is a frontier settlement that is hanging in there. Well, it's not going to collapse, but
it's not going to
stable.
collapse. It's gotten a lot more support than some other settlements might have gotten. But it's
Pay
and the
taxes, people.
church seems to be supplying its own in a way, so to
Got
speak.
you.
Like they're
Well.
getting their supplies shipped in. They seem to be doing okay. They're a little lean, but could just be that's a bad year in any settlement, you know.
I mean, even in like back in Norway and
Yeah.
stuff, you can have a bad winter and people
Seems
die.
like they've had a couple bad winters, couple bad years, but they're doing okay. They're hanging in there.
They're okay.
They
There you
could survive a couple more bad winters.
And they have been able to keep up to date with tax payments.
They have been able to,
Right.
yes.
Very well. I'm going to. I wish to talk to the clan chief.
Absolutely. The clan chief lives at Bratahlid farm. It's the
Yes,
biggest
that's
farm
right.
aside from the bishops. And it would be Chieftain Leif Arnson.
Okay. So I'm just gonna go there, straight to beeline.
So Chief Leif Arnson.
I'm guessing I'm going to tag
there he
along.
goes, all right.
Although you do have your private sort of bodyguard.
I do.
who
I mean,
forget the girl's name, but
I mean, you're more than welcome to
Sarah.
tag along. I mean, I'm paying you to kind of protect
Yeah,
me.
you
but it's
are
not
paying
like you
me,
have
so-
to stay by my hip all the time if you want to do something.
I mean, I don't know what Lydit would do, to be
Oh,
honest.
you know
so
what? I know what I
I'm
could do.
tagging
I
along
don't-
so that I know, so I can just earwig
Lydic.
and I have no
Lydic,
idea.
I
What-
actually have a job for you if you don't mind. I would like you to frequent the taverns, inns, if there are any.
Say no more. Done.
Wait,
Why
wait,
are you
haven't
pay- I don't know
finished with
why-
the instructions. All right. I need you to get me information on the
Oh.
Western settlement. Rumors, even no matter how fanciful, no matter how ridiculous, I need to hear what the people are saying about it. Can you do
Am I
that?
here for this, Tom? Do you think?
Oh yeah, he's
Saying
just
it from
talking
America,
like
yeah.
right.
Yeah, because
in-
I think we're
yeah.
all sitting,
We're all
yes.
eating
together,
at the
yeah.
same
The bishop
place.
is
So
so busy with highbrow matters that it would be good to know what the common people are thinking. And you have such a way, and she like reaches out and touches Lydic on the arm in a gentle way. You have such a way about you of commonness. Your simple charisma will go so far.
Sometimes simplicity is the best way.
Yes.
you're not
And you're
wrong.
our favorite simple man.
I feel like there's an insult in there somewhere, but
There's
I'm
not.
gonna.
There's not.
I'm
You're a
gonna
man.
take
You're
it.
a
There
salt
isn't.
of the earth. You know. You're a good working, hard working, big muscles. I'm going to stop twitching you, but
Yeah.
Did your hand slowly start creeping up?
you did.
Straight.
Once you get to the wrong idea.
All right. Frequent taverns. Talk to the simple folks. I can do that.
What do you want me to do?
And I'm like, I mean, come on. One is a job, but also
coins. I give a few coins.
You can't get drunk in a tavern and talk to people with no coin.
I give them a blessing.
There you go.
Do you want me to go to
very
tavern
much.
too?
Hope that's a non-hangover blessing.
Bodyguard.
Oh, I forgot you existed.
We've got Bowden and I always forget
Hakon and Bera
Hakon as well.
I love
two
Hakon.
that tend to follow you guys around.
Need my
Yes,
two
Hakon,
right-hand
it would
men.
be best if you use the buddy system.
Yes, go with Lydic. Yes, Hakon.
Do you want to take
Keep
Bowden
an
as
eye on
well?
him,
He's
please,
been a
Hakon.
little quiet since getting
Yeah,
off the
let's
ship,
take. I think he needs a drink.
He needs a
said he
drink.
missed the
He
mer
was
people.
throwing up
Yeah.
all the time over the...
Yeah.
All right. Come on,
Please let
Bowden.
us, and we'll stay here and decide what to do next.
Yeah,
Yeah.
And
right.
as they walk away,
See
Lydic
you
and I will
tomorrow?
do very
Wasn't that
good
idiot Salazar?
tavern work.
I missed what you just said, damn it.
I just threw shade at the three of you as you walked away to Salazar.
Brilliant.
God
be
did not
great.
bless them with brains, but he blessed them with other things.
Yes.
You wait, we're gonna get all of the juicy information now.
Yeah,
You just
we're gonna
wait.
get Naffle,
You
and you're
just
gonna get
wait.
everything.
And Hakon throws an arm around Lydic and an arm around Bowden and is like, this is great. We've convinced them to give us drinking money.
Yeah, I know. What I think they think we're simple, but he just gave me money to go get drunk in a tavern as a job.
Look, way more money than you need to go drinking in a tavern too. We're gonna get so
freaking
drunk.
idea. Let's go.
Let's go. They will
Oh, excellent.
go off.
We stagger off down the road. Right.
Skipping.
Yeah.
The three of them.
Pub crawl our way around.
And then Bera is just kind of sitting there, arms crossed, with behind Salazar with Sister Mary Ubula, and just shakes her head just a little bit at the antics between the two opposing groups, and you guys head off to Brattahlid to see the chieftain.
Yeah.
Okay, we'll follow.
I need to come with you,
Follow
Tom.
that
Would you
first.
invite Mary, or not even think about it because you're the only person in the world that matters? No hard feelings from me either way. I just was interested to know if you would mention this to Mary that you're going there or not.
Sorry, who?
Thomas.
You.
Timothy.
Oh, mention what to go
Salazar,
with?
like, say, I'm going to go talk to the chieftain. Would you
Oh,
mention that to Mary
absolutely,
Ubula?
yeah.
Okay, right.
Yeah, absolutely, yeah. He tells the whole group, yeah,
Okay.
absolutely.
And did you want me to accompany you, or you're fine with just Bera and yourself?
You are welcome to join me if you wish.
Very well. Well, perhaps I'll come just to be a blessing upon them.
It's always good to have the church on your side.
You're telling me.
Mm.
Walk away.
And you guys head over to Brattahlid. Because of all the fjords and the rocky terrain, it does take you a little bit of time to get there, but it's not a difficulty. You get plenty of time through the rest of the day. Probably like an hour, maybe, of leaving from Gardar to Brattahlid. This is faster. Like take a little ferry across the way, a little boat. Then to walk all the way up the end of the fjord, walk all the way around. 'Cause the settlement's really scattered because there's not a lot of workable land, let's just say, and so you don't have farms right next to each other with big crops. You kind of just throw things where they'll grow, and cows, and sheep.
Cows.
Cows and sheep, lots of cows and sheep. It's a very dairy and protein heavy diet here in Greenland, more so than in Iceland. It's very dairy and protein heavy. The number one fermented alcoholic beverage of choice is a fermented milk. So that doesn't tell you
Of
everything
course
you
it
need.
is.
Because grain is too precious to distill, even
Okay.
into beer. So you get to Chief Ornson's house, Chief Leif Ornson. And it's a nice house. It's not quite as nice as the bishop's house, but it's
Of course.
second best in the settlement. You see that there's multiple buildings in like a little courtyard formation. You see a couple kids playing around, and you see some people like doing laundry and just doing like the daily chores and labor, and you see people approaching, especially a nun, and they run up to the house, the kids do, and you see a decently set, not quite like Hakon and Lydic build, but like pretty brawny guy come out. He's got long reddish, like strawberry blonde hair, big beard. Comes out and goes, greetings, how can I help the convent today? Looking at the...
We're not representing the convent. Do we know about the nuns' convent that's on the map?
Yes, it would have been as part of the verbal tour that the bishop would have given Sister Mary. So there's a monastery, there's a convent.
We are here on behalf of the church, but we are travelers. We've come a long way. Allow me to introduce Brother Salazar Touchpole. He is, what would I call Salazar? A bursar, a financier?
I mean, he's been introducing himself as a representative of King Magnus the Seventh of Norway.
The fiduciary representative of King Magnus. We've come to go to the Western settlement, but we wanted to meet with you first. I am Sister Mary Uvula.
Pleasure to meet you all. Please come in. My abode is humble, but be happy to host guests.
She just sort of like pushes Salazar ahead as if like, you're going to do the talking. I'm pushing her to the next.
And he's going to evaluate the holdings. So he comes in and his eyes just kind of go around, checking the holdings, see. Basically, he's looking for signs of wealth, success,
They've got a couple wool rugs in here, so that's nice.
Okay.
A lot of the nicer furniture or decorations in here seem family heirloom type. Like, they seem old. Like, you don't see a lot of, like, new wealth. But you see, like, prestige passed down generationally. Like, you could just tell that from, like, the furniture, the decorations.
Anything on the lines
but it appears to be
book?
well maintained. You would see a few books. There'd be a very small, like one bookshelf with some books.
To Salazar, that means the person can read and a sign of intelligence. He's basically trying to figure out how thick this guy is.
There'd be like the copy of the Vinland Saga. There, because that would be his ancestors' saga.
He will kind of look around, and is there a place we can sit and discuss why I'm here?
Yes, certainly. And he would have to bring it over to a seating area where there's a couple benches and a table. And you could be like a dining room table, but with benches instead of chairs,
And he'll sit down, and when someone sits down and it's kind of like official, and they all sit down in this silence, but the person with all the papers and stuff takes a little too long to get ready. It's just like. He's doing that.
Doesn't seem bothered by the wait at all. You get the feeling that he might be used to this kind of treatment, maybe from the church.
Yeah, probably. Poor bastard. So he'll go. Right. As the sister has already said, I am here representative from King Magnus the Seventh of the Kingdom of Norway and Sweden.
I see.
In regards
What brings such prestige to my humble home?
Taxation.
The music stopped at a perfect moment.
Sister Mary just does a double take and then stops herself from saying anything at all.
I believe that the Eastern Settlement here is current on its taxes.
Yes, you are. In fact, I have them right here, the records. And he pulls out the records and kind of smooths them out and stuff. And this whole nerd. And he kind of goes through, just saying how much thing. And he even probably has records of goods going to theirs as well.
Yes.
To show
the because you got copies of what you could from both Bergen and Iceland.
Just to say. And he looks up and after exchanging, he goes, do you think that these figures are correct?
And he would go while you're discussing them, and he would have had gesture for his wife to bring him a copy of his ledger, and he would be
wonderful,
crossing over numbers with you as well. He seems to have a pretty meticulous ledger.
Okay, Salazar likes him better now. Yeah,
Yes. He's like cross-referencing what you have, and he goes, "Now I will let you know. The church gets all the deals with all the incoming shipments, and then I am informed about what is not church goods, as the church often ships things to their own settlement, owned land directly. So the church in Bergen will ship things directly to the churches here. But anything that deals with the settlement, the church passes along to me."
So all goods, regardless of whether they're for the church or the settlement only, goes through the church.
Generally, they're a mixed bag on the ships. The church is always sending things to.
Very well.
The
church is here.
Well, of course, the church would send things ahead to the different parishes.
Of course.
Of course. It is interesting that the chieftain is not part of that discussion, but not unheard of.
We are not here. Yes. And you are sure that you are getting all the supplies you are owed?
I keep a list of the things that we are supposed to be getting yearly, and you see he flips around his ledger to like, I send in a request every year, and I send it, and then this is what I received. Usually we get everything. A couple of years, sometimes we don't get quite everything, but we get most of the things on the list I send out every year.
And he matches it with recorded shipments coming back. And does he get basically is the church skimming off the top that visibly? How
Trying
much?
to figure out where the weak link is, like where this stuff is going missing.
It would
How
seem
much are they skimming?
that his order form is always whatever he orders gets fulfilled mostly, but you have outbound shipments going to Greenland with way more goods than he is getting.
Right. I'm making note of that.
And not like way more, but like definitely more. Like he was supposed to get 30 pounds worth of nails. He only received 27, but 35 pounds of nails were shipped, or something like that. Yeah.
Oh yeah. Makes a note of that, and he makes a specific note of any discrepancies in the actual ledgers and this thing.
Now, one thing you wouldn't have access to is the church's ledgers.
Oh, I know. I'm just making
you would from Iceland, but you wouldn't from Bergen,
Not from
like
here.
the
Not yet.
Catholic Church. Yeah, but Iceland, you were able
Not
to get
yet, at least.
those ones. So you weren't able to get what
go.
Bergen was sending to Greenland for support, but you know what passed through Iceland with the intent to go to the Greenlandic Church for support.
All right. Well, these seem to be rather in order, and I approve of your standard of ledger keeping. It is good to see someone who takes his job seriously.
Yeah, so each clan chief, head of Eastern Settlement and the head of the Western Settlement send out our requisition forms every year.
And who is the clan chief of the Eastern Settlement?
The clan chief of the Eastern Settlement is...
Sorry, Western.
The Western Settlement.
Wait, it's Western Settlement.
Yes, I'm sorry. I have repeated what you said.
Yeah.
They typically have a, they don't have a clan chief so much. They prefer things less classist over there. So they usually have a representative, which was the father of the church. But last I recall, I believe it was their wise woman. And he's thinking for a moment. It's my name. I have her full name because he wouldn't call her the vulva.
Volva.
The vulva. I know, it's so unfortunate.
I'm sorry, the what?
It's so very deeply unfortunate.
For the first time at this table, what?
I know.
What?
It's so Yrsa. Would have been the old wise woman of the village. Yrsa would have been. I think she sent over the last requisition forms.
Yes.
Old wise woman.
And
Yeah,
how long
you
ago
call her wise
did
woman. He wouldn't use the pagan terminology.
Yeah. If you said
No.
wise woman, then we would have kind of like went, what the fuck? Okay.
Yeah.
And how long ago was that?
Well, we haven't heard from them in a couple of years, 2, 3. So probably about 3 or 4 years ago.
Very good. Very good. Okay. What can you tell me about this Western settlement?
Oh, they're a much smaller number than we are here at the Eastern Settlement. We have about 600 people, if you include the children, maybe 650.
Them.
The Western Settlement, I think they had... I can tell you exactly how many. He wouldn't know the exact number, but he'd have an approximation.
Yeah.
Maybe 150, 200.
I see.
A little more spread out.
And that was from
About 4 years ago.
estimations from a few years ago, yes?
Hey.
Very good.
Oh, yeah.
Okay. And how long have you been chieftain?
I've been chieftain a good 10 years.
10 years.
9,
And
10.
have you seen a active
father before me.
decline? Did you see an active decline in relations with the Western settlement since you began? Like each year
I've
getting
always,
less and less.
growing up here in Greenland, there was always been a bit of tension sometimes between the Eastern and Western, but weather has been particularly bad for the past several years, which has led to a breakdown of communications, partially because we've had less free time to go out and try to smooth over things.
We've heard similar things.
We've had a very
I'm sure it will
unusual
clear up. I'm sure it will
dry
pass.
few years. Yes, I'm hoping so. We're praying, so. So I'd say within the past 10 years, yeah, they had complaints about not receiving their full requisition forms.
And did and they
I mean,
never
the-
received any supplies, or is there
they've
less than usual?
Should have received some supplies.
I see.
They had the requisition forms sent in.
Do you have any stock records of the supplies going, so I know exactly how many should have gone, should have
I
arrived?
think I have. I don't have the past several years. I have a couple copies for when the requisition form went through me, rather than directly through the bishop people.
Yes, that would be.
And he goes up to the books and he like flips through a couple, and there's a couple of loose papers in some of them, to keep them flat, protected. And he pulls out a couple. Yes, I made some notes because I thought they had a couple good ideas and supplies that I hadn't thought of. And he pulls over a couple lists. They look to be like 7, 8 years old.
Okay.
They look like this was near when I was at the start of my my father died in a very sudden accident, and so I had to take over, and so I looked over their requisition forms a bit to compare to my father's to see how I should be filling them out. So I made a couple copies. These would be from about 9-10 years ago. But usually they send them through the church, especially at this time because their own priest was sending the requisition forms.
And the church has always handled the requisition forms and the supplies coming in and out.
They have most of the ships. They own most of the ships here, so.
Very good. Very good.
I think at this point, Mary Uvula is like, she gets the feeling like this guy has certain feelings about the church that he's not going to let on to while we're here. And so she starts thinking in her head about like, okay, there must be a different way to approach this with other leaders and people that we meet to get that's sort of like what we did with Lydic and send them off to a bar,
You look at him, he's got some bags under his eyes. Like he's probably tired, a little overworked.
Yeah, probably. Interesting. She's just keeping that to herself, so I'm kind of thinking out loud. But
Yeah, no,
sort of
absolutely.
wondering, like, I wonder if we're approaching this the wrong way, and how are we going to figure out what happened to these shipments and these supplies? Because that's curious. So I think, but she does ask. She says, "From the passage from here to the Western settlement, is it particularly dangerous, treacherous? Any
no more
reason
so
that you
than
would
any
think of
sailing
that
in Greenland
anything might go
is.
missing?"
I mean, it's possible.
It's
the
by
weather
sea,
is-
of course.
Especially if it's on the not midsummer. It's the best time of year for sailing. There's less icebergs, and the seas are usually a little calmer. The seas have been rather rough. They've been getting rougher earlier and earlier into the year, and longer into the spring. But I mean, it's entirely possible ships do go missing. We send out some people sometimes to go get
No,
walrus tusks, and they don't come back.
dangerous creatures, no aggravated animals.
Narwhals and
Aye.
belugas aren't particularly aggressive. They're, walruses, polar bears. That's probably the most dangerous. An angry muskox.
Angry muskox.
Yes.
Oh. Sorry, I just didn't expect to hear that. All right. Well, just trying to... what am I saying? I don't know anything about what you do here. I'm just trying to understand what could have happened, that somewhere the communication broke down. I'm sure that's the answer we want to get to.
They also have to deal with more of the Skraelings than we typically do down here.
Of the what now?
The Skraelings. Skraeling would be the Norse word for barbarians or savages. What they called the native Thule people.
I see.
They didn't have a common language, and they didn't care to learn each other's languages.
So there are
really...
independent tribes in the area of...
Yes.
Uncivilized folk.
Yes, but they mostly hunt with spears and bows and dog sleds.
I see. So if it's going by sea, it shouldn't be much of a problem.
A good bit further up north. We typically don't have antagonistic relations with them, at least not down here. They kind of leave us alone, and we leave them alone. It's the peace.
Well, God will come to them when the time is right. Can I do an insight check here?
Yep, absolutely you can.
Okay. I want to know if Lindy's saying mm-hmm or if this guy's saying mm-hmm. That's a 235.
He's saying mm-hmm. There might be an implication that, like, the last time that some missionaries maybe were sent to them, it didn't end so well for those missionaries as well.
Yeah.
He seems to be a big proponent of, we leave them alone and they leave us alone, and we both kind of like it that way.
But also
but
maybe he knows that not to trust the church entirely. And
oh, yes, you definitely get that vibe as well. You see that most of his difficulties, you would imagine, as a chieftain is probably, with that extreme success, is him playing politics with the church rather than actually just getting to chieftain.
Man after my own heart, yeah. Mary Ubila gets that vibe.
So, but he's been doing this for a while, and he watched his father do it for a while. This seems to be kind of general. He grew up with this, so he knows how it is, and he knows better than
how to play the game.
Anything. Yeah.
Okay. He knows how the muskox sausage is made.
He does know how the muskox sausage is made.
Yeah.
Okay. So.
And some plates of sausages would be brought out for you guys, as his wife would have.
Oh, delicious!
Cooked up something.
I love a big sausage.
And there'd be some sausages and some cheese, like a little snack, since you guys are going over like a bunch of paperwork, and it looks like you're gonna be here for a while with all that paperwork. She would have cooked something up for you guys.
Mary takes her leave and thanks his wife, and then sort of tries to schmooze up on his wife to leave him and Salazar alone, just so there's less of a nun in the room.
Yeah,
just goes to make small talk with his wife,
and
makes nice.
Yeah. And his wife looks like she's busy doing some household work, but she'd ask if he would like to help fold up the laundry, and, leave the men to talk. Yeah. And she just goes up to the line, and you see she's got a bunch of woolen clothes, and she's checking to see if they're dry, and they seem to be dry. Just basically just taking them off the clothesline and folding them up.
It's difficult to fold sheets when you're by yourself. It's better with two people.
It really is. Thank you. And Salazar, you are left alone with the chieftain, but we'll put a pin in that there, and we'll go check in on our bro Lydic. With the bro squad, the broskies, with Bowden and Hakon and Lydic, and a bunch of money for drinking.
Well, they're already at a bar, I think, and
there's not a lot of communal areas that aren't the church, but there would be a remnant of the old mead hall from back when Eric the Red first settled here, and that would be the only non-religious or church-owned gathering place. And there would be people sitting here drinking fermented milk, because the mead's too expensive. But there'd be big old barrels of the stuff, and there'd be food, and people just kind of like maybe just playing some games. They'd be playing like old Viking chess, some other board games. Just kind of like a communal, chatty, gathery place to have some drinks. You see people coming in from fishing as it's nearing, the afternoon time of the day. Just people coming in from the fishing boats, and you could tell they're fishermen because of like the gear that they've got on them. Some of them have like some nets that need mending that they're going to be bringing in to their wives probably after having a couple drinks at the meat hall.
Right. One of these for all of us, and another, and I'll look around for, looking, I guess, for a table that's,
It'd be big rows of benches and tables. Yeah, very communal.
Just trying to think. Because we want gossip from people. So I guess.
Probably want to sit near the middle of one of the tables.
Yeah, looking for for some people who either look discontented or already semi-drunk, like some people who might have loose lips, I suppose.
Well, a little tipsy.
Little tipsy, willing to share some stuff. So yeah, we'll sort of head over there and bring some extra drinks. Be like,
You'd see a young woman, seems to be in charge of the meat hall. The one who says how many mugs of drinks do you want, and then bringing it. And then it seems to be maybe her kids are the ones bringing it out to people, asking, "Do you want refills? That'll be another copper." And just taking the money and bringing it over to the mom is just there filling and keeping an eye on things.
Yeah. We'll sort of saddle in and sort of scatter ourselves around.
There should be some board games lying about, probably the establishments, and some cards as well. And Hakon would definitely be like, "Oh, nice! It's been a while since we've been able to play some games." And, start setting up.
Yeah. All right. Okay. Sorry. I think so. We'll for a time. I think we just start to engage with people and sort of playing.
Yeah. Since you're
games
new,
and stuff like that.
You're not one of the locals here. People are curious, like, "Oh, where'd you come from? I've come from Iceland, Norway." They're making small talk about where are you guys from, any news, what's going on back in Europe, because they are thirsty, just as thirsty for information as you are, but for different types of information.
So I think, basically, I think he's gonna use that. In a sense of a gossip for gossips sort of trade sort of thing, a little bit of he'll give some information about what's going on back in Norway and any news that he knows.
Happy to hear some news about is still the King Magnus? Okay, yeah. They don't get a lot of news here.
Yeah, so we'll sort of definitely be trading
from
that.
The church people or people dealing with, so they're like, "Oh, bro's just sitting at a bar with us." Yeah, what do you got? What's some?
Yeah.
A couple of them are asking about what's popular fashion, so that they could tell their wives, so they can be ahead of the trends a little bit, okay, what colors have been in, or it's this style of
new dyes and new things and different
are the skirts
brooches.
Still this length, how full are they're asking some fashion questions to get and Hakon seems weirdly
unusual
about some
for
of
men.
this. Yeah, well, it seems that they're trying to make their wives pretty happy, "Hey babe, I got you the latest goss on the fashion,
the latest thing. Yeah So I think we kick back for probably an hour or something before we sort of I start to broach anything. Maybe. Essentially, it's we're touring all over. We've been at Iceland. We're here for a time, and then we're heading across to the Western settlement too.
Oh, really?
You ever
all
been
the way
there?
Out there?
Yeah, all the way out there.
Not a lot there. Not a lot to do
Not a lot
there.
there?
Enjoy it here while you can.
Oh, wait, you been out there? What's it like?
Oh, I haven't been myself, but my cousin has. My cousin,
Oh yeah.
used to live out there and couldn't take the isolation. He said they're a lot more spread out than we are down here.
Oh, okay. All right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He went there to try to find a wife, but there's really not a lot of women out there, so he came back.
Okay. Yeah, we heard that there's not. Well, they haven't. People haven't heard from them for a while. I mean, how do you know there's anyone there?
I don't think we've heard from them in a few years. We don't. I mean, we sailed by it every now and then to get up to the Disco Bay where we hunt the walruses. For taxes. But like, we see some chimney smoke coming up, but we don't.
Okay.
They haven't been out walrusing with us for a while.
So they usually you used to like meet up together.
It's easier to do it together. Yeah, it's easier to meet up together. I mean, walruses. Have you seen a walrus? They're big.
Ah, okay. Yeah.
Big tusks.
Have I seen a walrus? Well, how
you might have.
Would they come to towards Norway?
You might have seen something nice. Like,
maybe
not very common, but yeah.
I haven't seen one all that close. I mean, I've seen. I've seen a tusk. I held a tusk once. It was.
Yeah, that's just their front teeth. They're big.
Big. Right. How come? Like, so you guys never went to go? Hey, where are you at? Aren't you coming with us to help?
Not myself personally. We usually just got to kind of, get the deadlines in, for the taxes.
So it's like, well, more walrus for us, eh?
I mean, there's one thing. It's less help, but, easier, less to gather at the same time,
Oh. It's interesting. I wonder if maybe they don't even have boats. Maybe their boats all sank.
Oh, I mean, I guess that could have happened. Well, the walrus season's over for this year, so, because, winter's going to be coming in a couple months. It's been getting colder earlier. And then they go off about the weather, like a little weather tangent, like anybody in any culture does as soon as you mention some inclement weather for a few minutes.
Yeah. It's like, well, yeah, people were saying it's like, the weather's been sort of worse and, like, earthquakes and strange. We had an earthquake in Iceland. They've been having some.
That's unusual. Well, Iceland's less unusual than here. We don't have any volcanoes here. At least we haven't seen any. Nothing's blown up yet. Covered everything in fire and rock.
Yeah, that's true. Huh. So, like, when was the last time someone came from the settlement? How long has it been?
When my cousin came back, that was probably about a decade ago. The last time someone went out there, he had a boat. He had his own boat. He was a fisher person. He got left behind by his crew.
Oh, shit.
Left behind by his crew. Worked here for a few years, saved up for his own boat, and then sailed it up to the Western settlement.
So why is he? So he headed out there. Why does he head out there? If rumors that they ain't good out there, why would you go out there?
I don't know. I think he said like maybe too many bad memories here. Again, he left his crew left him here. They like took him out, got him all drunk, and sailed off without him.
Huh. I wonder what he did to piss him off.
I don't know. I remember someone said it was for his own good that they left him here, but I don't know.
Okay. Interesting. And that's the only one who's gone out towards the Western settlement for a while.
Yeah, that's probably about 6 years ago, and he didn't he hasn't come back, so he obviously either died out there or stayed out there.
Huh.
Got a boat with him, so they've at least got that probably. He was a damn fine sailor, so I'd be surprised if he sunk.
How do you know he's a damn fine sailor? And why would he be left by his crew if he was a damn fine sailor?
That's the thing. I don't know. We tried to get it out of him. He wouldn't say nothing. Very quiet type. Didn't talk a lot. Just wanted to be out on the boat all the time. He was just fishing into the last possible moment every season.
Huh.
Did drink a lot.
And
though.
yet...
we thought Harold here drank a lot. He drank a lot over the winter.
Huh. All right.
It's like he was married to the sea or something. At least some chuckles. Yeah, he's the last one who went out there. Made a bit of an impression here.
Why?
Oh, God, he was a big old looker. All the young ladies here were smitten with him.
Oh, and then he pissed off somewhere else.
I guess maybe he didn't want the attention. Maybe he's not into girls. He never did anything with them, you know.
Oh yeah. Well, they said there's not many girls out on the Western settlement, so.
Exactly. There's definitely some rumors.
Also, you said he's married to the sea, so.
That's gotta be it. Yeah.
Not married to a mermaid, is he?
Wow.
Not that they exist. So, okay, interesting. Who was this fella?
Oh, his name was Ludvigsen. I think it was Otto Ludvigsen.
Ah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, and you know, this was more than 6 years ago, but there was a big hullabaloo and there was a family that moved out to the Western settlement. This lady, her name was Tonya, and she had, you know, a husband here. They lived here, and did not get along with her in-laws at all. Had a couple kids, twins, you know, some twins. Got pregnant again, took all the kids and moved out to the Western settlement, leaving her husband here and everything. Well, just not happy about that. He went after her, and well, none of them ever came back. So I guess maybe they liked it out there.
Huh. Okay. When did that happen?
Ooh, let's see. I want to say like 10 years ago. About. It was a big to-do because the Fisk family is made a big deal out of it.
Why? Because she left her husband, I guess.
Left her husband, took all the kids with her out to the Western settlement of all places. They've got one of the nicer farms here in the Eastern settlement, the Fisk family does. You know, it's one of those things where, you know, if you got a really nice farm, why would you leave it? Why would you take the kids and go, you know? And of course, mother-in-law swears that it's because she went pagan and didn't want the kids being raised Christian. And so she took them all up to the Western settlement.
Oh, wait.
To be pagans.
You think they're all pagans out the Western settlement, are they?
Well, we don't have any proof, but like, you know,
that's what people think is.
Some people who disagree with the church move out to the Western settlement. There's not as much influence out there.
Oh, so that's maybe why people head out there. He's like, they don't have to deal with the church so much.
Not as much, yeah.
They ain't been paying their taxes to the church, so
they haven't been
that
paying
makes
the
sense.
taxes.
No, that's why one of the reasons we're going.
My God, you're full of all sorts of interesting information.
Yeah, well, so are you, mate. Here, have another, and he puts another drink in front of him. I was like, yeah, no, it's fascinating. I don't have anything specific to do with the church. I do a job, and that's all I do.
That's
so,
all we do
you know,
too.
I ain't gonna be like telling on nothing.
Seals. Yeah, no. You seem like a right decent chap.
Yeah. My mate Bowden here, he can he writes some laws and everything
on the table from.
When he's not comatose like this, he
writes
and draws.
It's pretty strong drink. Not everyone's used to it.
He ain't used to that at all. But he has got a milk mustache, and that is quite funny. I will describe it so we can draw it later. Okay. Oh, jeez, a bunch of pagans out there. That's going to be interesting.
Could be, yeah. That's what the rumors said. That's what Tonya's mother-in-law said. Is that
I see. That's why the
forsaken the church, blasphemed, wanted all the kids raised as pagans. So she took them all out there. Her husband did follow, because, you know, he was her husband after all, yes. And maybe, I don't know, he went pagan too, or if we managed to convince them, or if they just settled, or we don't know what happened. Kind of really wanting to know.
Yeah, why do I'd be desperate to send someone out there for like info.
Don't mention it. She'll go off on a whole whinge about it, a big old tangent. She's about her evil daughter-in-law stole all her grandchildren and took them out to the godforsaken Western settlement.
How many grandchildren should she have?
Well, there is three sets of twins, but the eldest set. Yeah. Oh, there's 3 sets of twins. At least 2 sets. I think the last one was supposed to be twins as well. That's what the doctor said. Yeah, twins runs in families.
Right.
The oldest
What
one,
do you mean?
the boy-girl
They-
set.
Yeah.
I don't know if the youngest is twins or boy-girl, but the oldest ones, the girl didn't make it past infancy. So it was,
okay.
there was at least
Yeah,
3
well.
of them, and she was supposed to have another 2 all the way when she left. So 5
Jeez.
of them, I guess, if they all made it.
All right. Popping them out, I suppose. Well, maybe she's got enough to run a farm then if she's popping out
She
twins
might.
all over the place.
Yeah.
Huh. Interesting. Well, that could make my job. We're taking. I've got a nun with us. Well, a nun and an infanta, like miracle worker.
Baby.
No, like a. What's it? I have no idea.
A saint.
Yeah, okay. Like, well, she's a wannabe saint, though, right? She's not actually a saint
She's
yet,
not,
right?
she's not dead yet. Yeah.
She's alive.
Right. So, yeah. No, we got this nun and this saint in practice, or whatever. You know,
like a not yet saint.
a
So if
not
she,
yet
like,
saint.
in the
Saint.
red and fell and died, she'd be a saint then.
Yeah, I don't like. Yeah, I guess so. Yeah, she's done a miracle.
it all
I
works.
missed it. It
Oh.
happened, but she did. She did a little
Massive, then.
miracle over in.
We could use a
so hopefully
miracle
she'll do
out
another.
here. Spring rain. We need some rain.
What do you need? Rain?
Yeah, it's
I
been
don't know,
real
could
good
I
weather.
ask?
Big drought. Oh, none of the crops are doing too well. Cows are real thin.
Huh. Right. Well, how long's the drought been going on for then?
Oh, a couple of years. Been really dry a couple of years. We can get some rain, but not like we used to.
All right. Well, I don't know. I mean, I think I'm gonna stay here tonight. I think he's already asleep, anyways. But like, we'll well, we can ask the question to the sister. If
Yeah.
you know, pray
Very
for
good.
some rain.
Yeah, some rain. We've all been praying for it. Oh, and if you go to the Western settlement, but don't piss anybody off, because sometimes people get exiled because of murders, you know, and then they get sent here to Greenland, you know, like people do from Norway. They get sent to Iceland. If you get
Wait, who have you
banished from
murdered?
Iceland, I've not murdered anyone. I was born and raised here, but and he points at like someone across the room. I had a blood feud with someone in Iceland and shipped here.
Huh.
Oh, it's
So
so
do you-
dad. And he points at someone else across the room. Killed somebody like 50 years ago and they got shipped out here and they haven't been back.
Huh.
And sometimes if someone does a little murder here, or like you know, they get sent to the Western settlement. Or sometimes those types of people don't settle as well in their Eastern settlements, so we send them on. They move to the Western settlement on their own.
I see. So they're a bunch of pagans and criminals, mostly.
Essentially, yeah.
The people
some
you
people
don't
just
want
live out
around.
there, you know, but like they've got I'd say slightly higher population of people of ne'er-do-wells than the Eastern settlement does.
Interesting. So what do you think there's okay? I mean, anything else? What sort of rumors come from that way? Like, what? I don't know. Like, if they're all pagans, do you think?
Oh, you know what your he goes, he smushes a bug and he goes, "Can you know us your baby lady, your baby church lady, can pray for?" Is just you know, something to eat all these fucking spiders. There's been so many spiders over the last month. It's been a bad summer for them.
You got an issue with spiders here as well?
Oh yeah, lots of them.
Huh. We had that problem down in Iceland, don't?
That's weird. Yeah, a bunch of these Arctic wolf spiders, lots of all kinds of spiders, really. Like usually, you know, spiders show up because there's like a bunch of other bugs that are eating other things, but there hasn't been all the other bugs eating other things because we haven't had the rain for the other things, you know. They've just been maybe that's because they're too hungry. Maybe they're coming out from the ice and like further inland to the south because there's no more food up there. But yeah, there's been a lot of spiders this year. Tired of them.
Yeah. What's going on with that?
I don't know, maybe it's related to the drought or something. Or she's praying for rain. She could pray for less spiders.
Right, yeah. Rain and less spiders.
Mhm.
Have you ever heard, like, silly stories about, like, icebergs that kind of look a bit like they're crystals? When you're really drunk and you squint real good.
I mean, maybe if you're really drunk and squinting, anything can look like an iceberg. Really.
That's true. That's true.
It's like anyone
You've
can look
been out of the
attractive if
sea
you're really
much?
drunk and you squint, you know?
Does this guy look like he's a fisherman or a
You
sailor?
just look like a fisherman or a sailor.
You ever seen anything really odd out there? And I mean really odd things you wouldn't tell anyone about because you think
Now,
it's kind
you're
of
getting into the juicy, not as gossipy fun rumors.
Yeah.
Can you make me a persuade or a charm, and I'll give you a plus 20% because of the alcohol that you've and the buttering up that you've applied these people with.
Ooh, boy.
Persuade or insight?
Oh,
Basically, carousing. Or persuade or charm,
ooh.
rather. Persuade or charm.
Yeah, no, persuade is probably my best, but I'm not that particularly charming. I put it into intimidate. Anyway, let's try persuading.
Sure.
We'll give it a go.
Yep, with a plus 20, that would be 45.
No, I only have a 25 in persuade.
Okay. Would you like to push it? You'd have to get below a 22.
Gee.
have to push
Sure.
it.
Why? Well,
But it'll be worse consequences if you.
would he? I think he thinks about it, but he decides not to push it because literally push it because he realizes he's kind of gone off topic and gone onto his own.
Yeah.
thing.
Sure.
And that actually he doesn't want to be deemed mad for talking about mer people and various things. So he almost says what they saw and then is like, actually, that's a really bad idea. Let's not do that.
Okay. Yeah. And so he's like, stuff in the water. I mean, there's always stuff in the water out here, you know.
Yeah, I know. Sometimes you just get. You don't sleep very good, and you see stuff, and you're like,
dark
nah.
shape. But sometimes it's just, lack of sleep. Sometimes the ocean plays tricks on you. Sometimes,
Yeah. Huh. How is the fishing at the moment? Any good?
It's been better. It was really good at the start of the season. But the past month, it's kind of dried up a bit. Like ever since midsummer.
Was that what we heard in Iceland as well? Was there a
You didn't hear about
shortage
the fish, but the spiders had been more of a problem since midsummer in Iceland.
Yes. And is that when the earthquakes had started as well? That things had
No,
started
they'd started
around.
before. They'd started.
Oh, okay. I feel like there was okay. So, but midsummer was definitely a thing.
Fishing just hasn't been good. It's good since midsummer.
Did anything happen in midsummer? Like,
Um,
I don't know, an earthquake or something that maybe like scared
there
them all
was,
off.
there was an earthquake in the wee hours of the morning. On the night
Okay.
after. Yeah, wee hours of the morning. Just after, sunlight started coming back up.
Just like literally just after
big
midsummer.
earthquake. Big earthquake. Yeah, like midsummer night. Big earthquake.
They're probably scared of all the fish. Then it might take them a while to come back.
It might be.
Huh.
And
Do
more
I feel?
spiders. Just lots of spiders.
Yeah. Well, that again, like maybe that just scattered them all from wherever they were
I
hiding.
shook them all up, and they were like, "Oh, spiders."
Do I feel like I've got enough information? I'm like This is Kate asking. Do I feel like I have asked the right questions to get gossip? Or have I
You've gotten
forgotten?
a fair bit of gossip.
A fair amount
How
of
long you
gossip.
want to sit and gab is up to you.
I think we'll keep gabbing, but I don't know that I have anything else specific to ask.
Absolutely.
We kind of know
And they're happy to
pagans. We know
gab.
some people headed that way. There's not, well, in theory, there's not specific rumors or specific sort of.
I haven't heard from them in a little while themselves. Yeah.
Yeah, they just haven't heard, but they've seen smoke, so they think there's still people alive there, but no one's actually come from there for like 10 years, so they could all just be dead.
It's like 3 or 4 years. It's been like 3 years since it's coming over. People have been sent over, but no one's like, they've not really interacted in the past 3. They haven't run into each other at the walrus hunting grounds, which they normally do, because it's like a month out of the year where it's a decent harvesting time for that. It's very limited. It's a very limited window for some of these activities due to the weather and cold.
Right. Okay.
They haven't seen them in a few years.
I think at this point he's both drunk enough and entitled enough to be like, yeah, that's enough for things.
By the way.
Oh, sure, yeah, why not?
Drinking. Akon's okay. You're okay too.
Luckily, I have good constitution.
And we'll pop back over to Salazar, who is alone right now with the clan's chief, Leif Ornson.
Wonderful.
Yes.
Okay. What was I gonna ask? Oh, yes. So, did you have any hostilities towards the other settlement?
I wouldn't say hostilities, no. Pretty good terms, neutral terms at the least.
Very well. Live and let live. Help in need.
I mean,
And yet, have you sent anyone to check on said settlement?
Well, the churches says they've sent people. They send over the supplies, the requisition forms. Yeah.
And you didn't. You trust the church for that, yes?
Well, I don't have the spare ships. Honestly, quite frankly, I don't have the spare ships to send on the material myself.
Tell me,
I need those for fishing to help the group get through winter, you know?
Tell me, in your words, how would you say the settlement is your settlement right here?
Eastern settlement.
Doing.
We're making do.
Making do.
Yeah, it's been really bad years of drought, which has not helped our stores any. We're pretty low on our stores, but we'll get through another winter or two at the very least.
Do you require further aid?
I've got my requisition form for this year when we send along the taxes. You imagine that the taxes are going to be sent soon.
Yeah.
I've got he'll pull up his requisition form, and you see, because you've looked at his previous year's requisition forms, this one has more food supplies than it has previously.
Okay.
Like both more seeds and more like grains, things that store long term, or things to grow other things with. Usually it's more construction based, like iron nails and stuff. Like you see, it's about the same monetary amount, but things have been adjusted. You're guessing that he only gets a certain amount monetarily per year to get to requisition, and so he's shifted to more food supplies rather than repairs, house maintenance supplies.
Yes. Tell me, how would you say the church is thriving in this settlement?
Well, they get extra backing from the back and whatnot, so they're probably a little better off.
Very well.
They hadn't.
And do you say you get on with the church?
We negotiate. We work out deals.
Are you devout?
Of course, I'm there every Sunday.
Best.
It'd be a bad look if the clan chief didn't attend.
Oh.
Except in health, So.
Yes. When they needed it.
Yeah.
Yes. It is always the way.
Church owns most of the farms around here. 'Cause when they supply extra, they have do a bit of their spares from the monastery, and the nunnery when things get a little too tight sometimes. So.
And you say it's been getting, as you say, tighter each year.
Yeah. Weather's been so awful, and we haven't really gotten as much fish since midsummer.
And if things are getting
We had a really
tighter
big quake
here, then
around then. I think might have scared some of them away.
interesting. And you say if things are getting tighter here, how would you say an estimate on how well the Western settlement is doing?
They're probably pretty tight. We haven't
Would
been
you
quite
say
as
that
prosperous
they-
and communal as we have been here.
Would you say that there was anyone even left in the Western settlement?
Certainly hope so.
Do you think there is? Hope is one thing.
They've always been a hardier, more stubborn people than we are here at the Easterns. Even if it meant surviving on sheer spite, I could see at least some of them still living.
I see. And tell me, you obviously the taxation in it is walrus tusks. Yes, walrus tusks.
Yes, the ivory is what Crown wants.
And
we
it
don't
seems
really
that the
have any
Western-
other exports to give.
Yes. Not much here worth exporting.
Not really.
And the Western settlement has not paid the tax for many a year.
That's what I've heard.
Yes. When did they stop hunting?
We probably stopped seeing them at the communal hunting grounds. About 4 or 5 years ago. About 5 years
Interesting.
ago.
And did you ever have a idea of a reason why they stopped?
I assumed maybe some sickness that could sometimes put a stop to it, or they just didn't have the manpower to send out. As the walrus grounds are a bit far, so it's a journey away from your farmstead to make it out there. So if things are really tight on the farm, you might not have the manpower to send out to the walrus hunts.
So they could be even dire straits than we could possibly imagine.
Yeah, it could be.
Worthy of abandoning said settlement.
That I can't say.
Well, I think I have most of the information I will need. What
Good.
would you say is the safest way to get to the Western settlement?
A boat, hug the shoreline.
And
Got
how long
fuels.
is the journey?
Oh, a couple days, 2-3 days.
He kind of shudders a little. Yeah, the very thought.
It's definitely a lot faster than getting to Iceland.
Yes.
The
That's
walrus hunting
good.
grounds probably about a full week to get to.
Oh,
So they're
Wow.
like halfway between here and the walrus hunting grounds.
very good. Well, let us hope it is smooth sailing.
Yes,
Thank you for your time.
absolutely.
And he'll kind of like
He'll get his
start putting
papers, together.
together.
Yeah.
Is there any particular message you would like me to bring back to His Majesty?
Yeah, I'll pin something down for you before you leave.
Very good. I will do my best to ensure that he sees it.
Thank you.
He puts it all away
Mm-hmm.
and gets up and just a little nod, and he walks out. Completely forgot about his sister. Just gone.
Yep. Sarah would follow you,
Starts
open the
walking
door
out.
for you, and you'd see Sister Mary Ubula just finished folding laundry outside.
Oh, are we done then? To a
For now.
gentleman, did you gentlemen figure something out?
It was very enlightening.
And she's going to go up. I don't even remember his name, the tribal leader. Is
Leif
Arneson his last
Ornson.
name?
Leif Ornson.
Ornson.
Yeah.
Leif, Chief Orinson, your hospitality has been wonderful, and your wife is such a dear, and we hope that your settlement continues to thrive.
Thank you.
It's more so that these troubles that you're facing will come to an end. God blesses you with rainfall and a bountiful harvest.
Thank you, sister.
I think we'll be on our way then. Now, take care. All right. And Salazar's already walking, I imagine.
Salazar's shuffling away, yeah.
And carries it in for her.
Mm-hmm.
And you're able to catch up with Salazar.
She won't run.
Yeah.
She's not... She follows the little wormy man all the way back.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. And do you go, where do you go to? Do you go to your lodgings for...
Yeah, I think he'd go to.
Yeah, I think we'd have to meet the family that's hosting us. And
yeah, so he would be staying on the Fisker farm.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
And you'd see a lovely older couple that seem to be running. It's nice. It's not as nice as the clan chief's farm or the bishop's farm, but it's nicer than some of the other farms you passed by on your way in.
Yeah.
And Lydic is not there. Lydic is.
I don't think Lydic even knows
Mm-hmm.
that we've got a place on a farm.
I think at this point, once, maybe we've gotten the Infanta and stuff, and she's over here and all.
Yeah.
Sister Mary says, why don't I go and look for Lydic and the others? And, well, if we cross paths, I'll just assume they meet it back here fine. But I'll just go and look for them in town. I couldn't. And she just brazenly lies. Like, I have no idea where they could have gotten off to because we're in front of the host.
Yeah. They're welcoming you in. Like, oh, of course, go find your missing companions.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. And she sort of wanders off towards the town.
Yeah. And so we'll leave, since we don't have super long, we'll leave Salazar with the Infanta and Bera at the Fisker farm, and we'll follow Sister Mary Ubula down to the mead hall.
Okay. Sister Mary heads down that way.
Mm-hmm.
And then she's looking for a place just a little bit out of the way, somewhere where people won't see her. That's near the mead house.
There's lots of rocks and outcroppings and
sheds, outcroppings, whatever.
Yeah, there's lots of those here. It's a very rocky land.
So she's going to go back into one of those spots, and she's going to lose the habit. So she takes off.
Ditch the habit.
Sort of like pulls off. Yeah, pulls off her robe to feel just like peasant clothing.
Mm-hmm.
A little bit lower cut.
Okay. Yeah.
And just shakes her hair out. She has this long brown hair. And again, she's really pretty. She's got these scars on her face, but she's otherwise very beautiful.
Mm-hmm.
And just sort of pipes the girls up.
So.
Yeah. And just sort of goes to a place that's maybe off of the mead hall where she can see the entrance. And she's going to wait out on the street to see if she can spot Lydic or the others.
Yeah, you can wait out on the path. It's not like a city, so the mead hall is almost like a bit of a standalone structure, but there's some farms in the distance, and it's been a long day. You've made a couple hour journey, so you might see Lydic through because it's a big double open door.
Right.
You might see Lydic. You'd see your dear Bowden passed out at the table, and Hakon just throwing
them back.
Yeah, and Lydic there as well.
Okay. And she's gonna wait. She wants to wait until they leave to head to the farm.
Yeah, and Hakon would probably at some point nearer the end of the evening, and people are starting to trickle out to go back to their own farmsteads for the night, and be like, yeah, I should probably carry Bowden. I don't think he's gonna wake up. Yeah.
No, you're probably right. Right, you grab that arm.
Yep. I mean, he's pretty light. I could probably just sling him over my back, just like a. It'd probably be more dignified for him to be carried by both of us, but I kind of don't want to.
We don't know anyone here. We don't need to be dignified. Let's go.
There you go. Just
no one knows us here.
Him. Yeah.
Like,
And,
I'll throw, like, if he's got a cloak, I'll throw it kind of over his head.
Yeah,
So
yeah,
no
yeah.
one knows who he is. It's
Now
fine.
no one
He's
knows who
dignified
it
enough.
is. There you go.
Ass in
Watches
the air is fine.
Yeah, watches them carry Bowden off toward the farm, and
Uh-huh.
then she's just gonna check really quick, like in her dress to make sure her knife is there.
Yeah. There's a spider in your pocket. Knife is.
Pulls her hand back, and she's like, "Damn it!" And she like takes it and like flicks it off, tries to get rid of
Yeah.
it,
It flicks and scampers away.
and then she is going to watch until they're kind of out of the way, and then she's gonna go over to the meat hall, and she's gonna go inside
Yeah. There's people.
and go right up to the server or like the pot or whatever is going on. She's like,
Yeah.
"Hi, how you doing? I'm passing through. Could I have a drink, please? Just it's the biggest
certainly.
size that you have, please.
She's a
I've
big
got
old...
money if you need money."
Yes, money,
all
please,
right.
please.
Thank you, thank you. What's your name, dear? What's your name?
My name is Lager.
Ah, hello, Logan. Nice to meet you. I'm Tilly. Just
Tilly?
yeah, I
New
just
here?
made it to Greenland. Pardon?
New here?
Yeah, I just came off a ship, sort of hitched a ride
Terribly
with a bunch
sorry.
of fancy people coming through. What's that?
You said you came off a ship here. I'm sorry.
Oh yeah, well, it's not exactly the paradise I was hoping for, but it's
Yeah,
fine.
never
We
is.
got booze, that's enough. Those three fellas that were in here,
Big
who
cup
was
of
that?
fermented milk. There you go. Big ol' steinful.
Oh, all right. And she like takes a shot. She like pounds it in
Pretty
one.
potent. It's pretty strong.
Yeah. And so who knows the three big blokes came out carrying the drunk one? What was that here about?
They were here, spread news, catching up on what's going on here, catching people up on what's going on out there.
Oh yeah, is it right? Because see, I was on this ship. I just had to pay a little extra to stow away with them. But I think there was days with the church people, right? I saw them talking with the bishop down at the churchyard. And do you know what they're doing here?
I said something about, and you see it. One of the kids run up, and she has an empty tray. She's like, "Thank you." They was talking about how there's muscle. They're like security for a ship.
Oh yeah, them fellas is all muscle, if you know what I mean.
They're
They've got
really
muscles all
big
over.
and
They got muscles
strong.
between their ears. What?
Except the one who had a big milk mustache. He was not as strong.
Oh yeah, that one. He's kind of a pretty boy. I mean, he likes plants and things. I think he likes to draw. Did they tell you about what we saw on the water?
What?
Big things
Oh.
underneath the waves. Things too
What?
big to be whales, too long. They said they had 3 arms, but I think they was drunk.
And she's like, "Oh, go on." Like hands the kid a tray of drinks. He's like, "Oh, fine." Kid runs off. No, I didn't mention anything like that. People on the sea sailors always talk about, sea serpents
yeah.
and mermaids.
I bet you
Oh,
hear stories in this place, but you get your fair share.
quite a bit. Someone's always drunk and always seeing something.
What's the best monster story you ever heard?
Oh. I wouldn't call it a monster, but
Really? Right.
I do know someone who said that some people say that the Skraelings control polar bears. That they were about to be
Skraelings,
attacked
what,
by
the
a
one
polar
people?
bear, and the Skraeling, the barbarians. They
You can drop
They,
anything that's bigger than you if you know where to point it. Put the point in. You know what I mean?
there's a
See
lot
this?
of-
And she like leans in close and she like shows her the scars across her face.
Yeah, you'll do all right, yeah.
Yeah, so alright. I got that from a bear, but
Polar bears are bigger.
was it he?
Big.
What's that?
White. Polar bears are bigger than bears back in Europe.
Oh no! This one wasn't a bear, like a polar bear, a land bear. It was a tailor.
Oh. And she has like a knowing look of, and you don't see a husband around her, but you do see kids, and she has a knowing look of, yeah, I know what you're talking about.
Lord,
Well,
I don't
we've
know.
got polar bears here and there.
Be
They don't
careful
come
about
into
that.
the settlements, but if you're out on the tundra, keep your eyes open.
Cool. No, I'm not planning to go anywhere anytime soon.
Skraelings guide them and tell them who to attack and who not to attack, but I don't know if I believe that.
It's safe here.
Junk.
It's safe here in the settlement, right?
Yeah, the settlement's fine. Some of the
Okay,
if you go up on some of the little islands or ice floats, or out on the outside of town, you might run into one.
Steer well clear. I don't got plans after this. Is there work to be had in town?
If you don't mind scrubbing mugs, steins.
I've done it before. Do you and she leans in really close and she says,
Not a
there
lot
any,
of work besides that. Mostly
well,
farm
there's
based.
certain jobs that you can find almost anywhere. Is anyone here who gives company for money?
Church doesn't really particularly fond.
Oh no, God forbid. And she rolls her eyes and like genuflects and like crosses herself.
Well,
But just between you and me,
they own most of the
there's
land
will be
here.
some. What's that?
They own most of the land here. Settlement
right.
church, so they keep pretty. I'd say there's less people. Not really anyone who does it for money here. More people who have trysts for fun.
Oh, is that right? What about you?
Because if it's there's the difference between prostitution and adultery. Adultery is especially if you're not married.
Yeah. Sure. Yeah. I don't know. I mean, there's one Mary Magdalene lady, right? She was a prostitute, is what they say. Well,
Yep, I think that's what they say.
I'll have to
much
broaden my professional resume then. Try something different.
If you're doing a
sweet
floating
thing.
around, I'm sure somebody will buy it. There's a lot of single men here.
Yeah. Any single wealthy men?
Maybe a couple of the priests.
Oh, no, pass on that. There is one guy who's on the boat with us. He's loaded, you know. And if you can
try him.
stomach it, you could probably overpower him.
Well,
Sorry, just thinking out loud. I shouldn't be saying these things. This milk goes straight to my head.
it's more potent than people are used to.
What's
I
with
don't
all
feel
the
around here.
spiders? The spiders everywhere.
They've been bad this year. Oh, why? They've been even worse
alright.
since that big midsummer earthquake.
You had an earthquake.
Big one.
This place is going to shit.
You're telling me?
Right. Any good rumors? Anything else happening around?
Yeah, wish. Boring as hell. Well, that's why I have the myth run the meadle. At least get some entertainment.
Yeah, it's pretty entertaining.
Most of the
Well,
drama is who's marrying into whose family, what farm. Oh, this cow went over to this property would it belong to
Oh
this
yeah,
person.
social.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm not interested in that. All right. Well, can I have another, please? Another one of those stinky milks. And she has another, and then she goes to find like some guy sitting by himself,
Oh yeah, there's a few people taking
Yeah.
the cups by themselves.
and she's just gonna spend like the next hour or so like trying to extract information from drunk people, mostly men.
Yeah, it's a lot of the same things that Lydic gets, but can you roll me a luck check, please?
Sure. Hard
Ooh, with
success.
a hard success, you get one guy who's real drunk. He's like, no one's listened to me.
Oh, you poor thing.
I know, but there's stuff in the water.
Stroking his cheek. What do you mean stuff in the water? What's he
There's
talking
big
about?
sea monsters in the water.
Sea
No one
monster?
believes
Tell me about it. You tell me about it, big boy. What's he
They're
look like?
big and they've got like, there's a few different ones, but like, some of them have like
Oh.
really ugly mermaids.
Oh
Just
no!
really- I
I've
thought
heard
mermaids
stories
were
about
supposed to be
them.
beautiful, but they were as ugly as sin, and they wasn't singing.
And you saw them?
So yeah, I sure did.
You're so brave. And she takes him and like puts his head against her chest.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
and then like there's this other one. That's like, it's got a lot of like, it's like a big old octopus or a squid. It's got a lot of tentacles. It's just, I thought it was gonna eat my boat, but it didn't.
Oh,
did
I'm
eat-
so sorry,
It
Ian.
did eat the fish I was about to catch though, and the whale. that was nearby.
Yeah, this
I
guy
think
got
it
a
was
coin purse
full
on.
off the whale, which is why it didn't eat me.
This guy got a coin purse on his belt. Anything like that?
It's not a hefty coin purse, but he does have a coin purse, yeah.
Okay, I take it.
Yeah, that's not hard to do.
Okay. Just sort of take it and put it somewhere out of the way.
Big sea kraken was like not as bad as the really ugly mermaids. They were so ugly.
Oh yeah. Oh, I'm so sorry.
always thought if I'd see a mermaid, she'd be beautiful, and at least I'll get like drowned by a beautiful lady. But no, they're so
I'll drown
ugly.
you. I mean, in a sexy way,
Oh,
you know.
That's really kind of you to say.
Of course it is. Here, have some more to drink. She's like just gonna keep feeding him until he passes out.
Yeah, it's not long. It's not long before he passes out.
And then she just sort of takes the coin. It's like nothing. It's like, oh well, you know,
A few
takes
coins,
it with her
not much.
and slips away and changes back into her nun outfit before heading back to the farm. And like checking her breath, stuff like that.
Yep. Smells a little boozy, but you know, nothing you can't hide by standing more than a couple feet away from people.
I just stick really close to Lydic.
Yeah.
If he's still awake.
And Hakon.
The smell coming off of those guys. Yeah.
Yep. Or Bowden. He's yeah. You know, booze milk mustache. But I think as you all are getting back to the Fisker farm, that is a good place to call it for this evening. So, let's go around. Let's say who you are, where we can find you, and your highlights, your favorite parts. Show some love for today's game, and we'll start off with the universal language. Salazar Catchpole. How was tonight for you?
It was a lot of fun. You know, getting to play Salazar again. I always like playing Salazar because you can be mean, and it's you know, it's not that bad doing it. It's kind of like expected. And I quite like doing the investigation, kind of trying to think these things through and think logically in this, like trying kind of get into Salazar and see like how he would approach things and what's important to him. He's important. He wants to know if the Western settlement is even still there. Can he avoid a trip and just go null and void, dead, and then go home?
No, I'm sorry, that's one trip I don't think you'll be able to avoid.
No. But, you know, it's kind of like that thing what he's thinking of, trying to get as much information as possible so he's not going in kind of blind.
Absolutely.
But I like it. It's really good. And highlights. Probably the mer people, the literal fact that Lydic just refused to believe and just kind of like, what the fuck is this in the water? I'm gonna have to shank it. I know I'm gonna have to shank it for sure. You know, so I like the whole. It was a bit weird. It was, but the thing is, when I kind of looked at it and I thought, okay, we can't look at this at like us who have a pretty good general idea on what animals exist and what don't. Yeah. They've only seen, so there could technically be something in the ocean that is like that, you know. So it was kind of like
mermaids were a very common sailor myth, and it was kind of like a folklore, and folklore was a lot more believed in the 1300s than it is today. So
it's not kind of like blow your mind. Oh my god, this is thing. It's just like, oh yeah,
loss was so low for you guys.
Yeah. But yeah, I can't wait until next time.
Same. Thank you, Tom. Sister Mary Ubula, how was tonight for you?
It was great. I played Sister Mary Ubula and also Tilly. And I had a great time, and I miss my Infanta. And so I hope they return. And I miss Bowden too. You know, but Infanta and Mary Ubila have a special bond. So looking forward to having Charlie back hopefully next time. I had a great time. I loved bribing the merman. I thought that was fabulous.
Trade? And
I can't get enough of the himbo trio. With Lydic and Bowden and Haken are just like, I just love those three together, just going out as like total bros and we send them out on a secret mission to get drunk. And so I could have watched that all night long. But yeah, I'm having a lot of fun. Just Mary Ubula's out here following the purse strings and trying to sidle up to the people who have money and power and stuff like that. And then if that doesn't work, she just takes money from poor people. Yep. That's
Love it. Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
And last but certainly not least, Lydek Thorkill. How was today for you?
It was nice. It was so lovely to be back. I did miss our friends. I hope they're all feeling okay. We'll see them all in a couple of weeks. Well, I won't probably because I'm busy again, annoyingly. But yes, it was good. We starting to see some real interesting things. Oh my god, the trouble with Call of Cthulhu is that like me, Kate just goes, ooh, cool iceberg, let's go explore it. And I'm like, no, one, it's a side quest and then we shouldn't, and we'll all die if you do that. You can't just go touching red buttons, although I do. But yeah, I was so tempted to start like going and like communicating with the merman and be like, hey, what do you do? It's like, how much do you, like, where do you push it and where do you not? But yeah, that was really intriguing. And the fact that they sort of actually came up, and the fact that Salazar traded with them, okay, that was great. But yeah, that was sort of, I'm so intrigued by that iceberg. Although I couldn't help thinking Superman with the ice palace. It was great. Anyway, yeah, I had a great time. I also, let's see, I meant to only mention one thing, but like also Sister Ubila going, let me pretend I'm a wench and go to, like, I'm so intrigued by this woman.
Well, maybe she pretends to be
I won't say anything. Mm-hmm. Is it a nun pretending to be a wench, or is it a wench?
Yeah, like, I mean, it's not a bad way to, like, keep away from a husband and do your own thing. Yeah, I'm very intrigued to see what happens with her. But yes, anyway, it was great fun as always. Thank you so much. Yeah, where can you find me? Mostly, I think Instagram's probably the most active I am at the moment, which is mostly my Kate Madison is Instagram page or channel, whatever account. But yeah, I'm sometimes on Twitch and things, but but not much. But come find me here again when I'm next able to play. But come and watch next week when the other group, you can get sad. They're very sad apparently. I haven't been watching much, but we did talk about some stuff beforehand. So we know something.
Very sad. Sad.
But don't worry, we'll come and lighten the mood when we turn up.
It's gonna be like a chemical reaction. I don't know what's gonna happen, because like we are all like goofy. Well, not all of us are goofy assholes, but we're all goofy.
Yeah.
And just to add those characters to what's happening at the Western Settlement, I'm like, oh, give it to me. I want to see what happens.
We'll either goofify it or we'll all go sort of dark and broody ourselves all of a sudden. I don't.
Don't worry, you'll get there very soon.
I know, not long.
To find out. It'll be so much fun. Woo! Sad times for everyone. So my favorite moments is Salazar being like, I know a language everyone speaks, money. Like, that was such a quintessential Salazar moment, and it worked, which is very exciting. Because I knew what these people were about. Well, creatures, so beings. I know what those beings are about. And maybe, I don't know, maybe you'll see the iceberg again and some of that race of people.
Maybe you pre-ordered their Kickstarter. And in 2 years, Salazar's going to get something in the mail that he didn't realize he signed up for.
Yeah, maybe. Potentially. Who knows? Who knows? But you've got a coin now. A very mysterious coin. And I loved the shade Sister Mary Ubula was throwing with being like, you're just such a simple man, Lydek. And like...
I'm sorry, beautiful. Kate. I love you.
You don't know. See, I'm going to reveal that he's secretly incredibly smart. Even
if
he's
James Bond. Oh,
yeah. That you wait.
And I love Lydic being in the pub, like, and being like, hell yeah, we've got money. They gave us way more money than we needed to drink. We're gonna get paid to get drunk. This is great. And then also being like, but like, have you seen anything weird in the water though lately? Like, have you seen anything weird? Nope. Okay, I'm just gonna shut up now. I thought that was just very exciting, very fun, and I cannot wait for you all to just all regroup. Hopefully, all. At least I don't know if we'll have Kate for the next time we play. I'm looking at my calendar.
I have a feeling we might.
No, I don't think so. Not on the 27th. But the rest of the group. Hopefully
but if anyone wants to come and see Come From Away in a few weeks' time, come watch me there.
Maybe we'll have a Charlie and Dan next time, and then we can get some good. Finish up the Eastern Settlement and head on over to the Western Settlement, and then
come in Griefland.
Yeah, come on, hang over to Griefland and see if the grass is really all that green on the other side. But that's for the future. Thank you all so much for watching. You can find us here next week for the other Nightmare at Vestribyggd group, where they are maybe not. They're in the Western Settlement, kind of, sort of, in a way, and they might be having some second thoughts about some decisions, but we'll find out next time. So until then, y'all, have fun and play games. Bye.